Audio test. Hello, hello, everyone. Look at you, Froggo. Do you see the stream?
Uh, Hold on, maybe if I click on it again.
Yeah, refresh.
Let's
It
see.
should start now. You should be able to see your beautiful icon, whatever that creature is.
Oh yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it.
Yeah, and when you talk, you have your little waveform as well. See,
Oh my
we spare no
goodness.
expense and effort to make this the best live stream in the world. Unlike this movie that we're gonna be talking about, we spared a lot of expenses. But welcome everyone. Welcome to the Free Writing Advice live stream. I have a guest today. I have Mr. Froggo Borgins, or just Froggo.
Bog Boggins.
Yeah, he's a longtime member of the Discord channel. We are also doing together What If? What If, sort of, what would it be? Reaction, I suppose.
That's to be announced.
Sorry,
Right
spoilers.
now. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. But
Well,
we also watched Arcane together and all that cool stuff. So we
yeah,
had
and
go on.
the arcane reactions will come out soon.
Yeah. So luckily he's an expert in media. I know his opinions on many of the things, and we share a lot of those opinions. And we both got to experience the Minecraft movie, which you pushed me to watch. I remember very often
Yeah.
going, Trent, have you seen the Minecraft movie? I'm like, no, I'm making my YouTube video. He's like, no, go watch it. I'm like, I don't want it. And then,
No, no, no. You said every time, yeah, yeah, I'll see it tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see it tomorrow. And then you never did until yesterday.
yeah, and boy, what a movie it was. I kind of wish I could say tomorrow again and again. An infinite amount of times. Uh,
Yeah.
we're gonna do a
And I've
base. Go on.
I've come prepared because I have on my desk my very own creeper head cup that I got at the Regal Theater.
Very nice.
Uh it's it's a cool cup, but it sucked because I paid like $20 to get it, and I was waiting for them to add in the drink, and then they realized what I wanted, and they were like, "Oh no, the drink comes separate from the cup when you buy it." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And the guy felt bad for me, so he was like, "Here, how about I give you a free drink, a free
Wow,
small drink?" And I was like, "Oh, thank you."
wow. God, they milked you dry there. Out
It'll
of
be, yeah,
not only did you pay for this movie, you paid for the cup, and also you didn't get your drink. You got a pity drink. They're like, they're like, oh, you're gonna see the Minecraft movie, so might as well get something out of it.
yeah.
And so you did. Yeah. What a beautiful movie this was. What an experience. Uh, what's what was your initial thoughts on it after you just came out of the cinema?
I knew it was very, very awful. Uh, but at the same time, I couldn't find myself to hate it because it was just so bizarre.
Mhm. It's a bizarre
Uh,
experience.
yeah, it was so bizarre. All the acting was really strange. The dialogue was terrible. The the action scenes were just just a blur to my eyes. I remember someone asking me, "What did you think of this movie visually? Did it look good?" And I just told them, I don't know. Everything just kind of blended together.
It did
I
feel
could,
like Subway Surfers a little bit to me. Like everything just moving around constantly, just like trying to get my attention. It's like someone snapping their fingers in front of me a bunch of times.
yeah.
Yeah.
I I have my very own question for you, Trend.
Okay.
What do you think is worse? Is this or Mickey 17?
Oh, it's a tough question. Mickey 17 is definitely bad. It's the same level, the same problems of writing is in this movie and in Mickey 17, and the bizarreness is also there, very similar. Uh, like the joke answer would be that I would watch the Minecraft movie again just because it's shorter. I didn't feel like I needed to like square my way out of the cinema to to finish it. Whereas in Mickey 17, I was like, if I wasn't with my friend, I would have left. I was already ready to go, ready to because I was like, there's no story here, nothing to be found. Whereas in Minecraft, there's also no story here, but at least it's 1 hour and 30 minutes as opposed to like 2.5 or something. So, so they're equal in
O-
terms of story writing parts. The cinematography, I think Mickey 17 beats it, but
Occasion. Go ahead.
mhm, as I said, the Mickey 17 cinematography wise beats it. Minecraft is just everyone standing in front of a green screen, even though they're pretending that it's not a green screen. Like I've seen behind the scenes footage where they're like, "We made this beautiful Minecraft world." I'm like, "What's the point if it looks garbage anyway?"
Well, yeah, it's funny because you look at behind the scenes and they created this whole landscape with the trees, the ground, and everything. Everything looked real. And then you look at it in the movie, and it's covered in CGI. Like all of it is covered in CGI. You cannot tell that it is the real place that they built.
Yeah, we built a real place and then we smeared it with CGI to make it look more CGI. Good
It
job,
it
guys.
gets to the point. It gets to the point where you're watching and your eyes just can't make out anything. It's just like, all right, I think that's a character. Yeah, yeah. And then occasionally you'll get woken up by flint and steel, and that you'll go, like, what,
What's happening?
what's going on?
Yeah.
What's oh my god!
I guess we're fighting zombies now. Okay. Just out of nowhere comes around. Um, Nell asked the question, a very important one. Uh, what is worse, the prison scene in Arcane season 2 or the flying scene in Minecraft?
Uh, um, shit. Are we including the whole prison scene, like with Jinx talking
I think
to the enforcer?
we limited to Vi and Caitlyn. That scene
Oh,
versus
that prison scene.
yes,
Oh, okay.
I see you blocked it out of your mind already. You already
No, I was
deleted.
just thinking of a different prison scene. I'm sorry.
No, no, I'm talking about season 2. That scene that shocked everyone really. And I think there's one scene in the Minecraft movie does the same thing, has the same sort of emotion. But which one does it worse? Like which one
I
shocked you the
think,
most?
well, I would probably have to go with Arc Arcane season two's prison scene being worse because that actually screws up Vi even more with
Yeah.
it with her going like, "Oh no, my sister's about to commit suicide." Anyways, time to pound some pie.
Yep. Yeah. The benefit of Minecraft movies is that the characters are so not established in this world that you don't feel anything for them. So whatever happens to them, you just like zone it out. You just yeah. I,
Yeah, it's just yeah, Jason Momoa and Jack Black are going to do was it what was it, a 6ix9ine or something like that?
yes, it's a good old 69, and it's supposed to be funny for the
Yeah,
kids. You know.
it's supposed to be funny because they squeeze together
Here's the real
uh,
question: how much Minecraft have you played in your life?
a good
Game
amount,
game
a good
game wise.
a good amount. I've I've played it on a few different consoles before during my lifetime, uh, and I and yeah, people will go, "Why didn't you play it on PC?" Is well, my PC doesn't run games that often.
Couldn't
Uh, it runs some games, but not all games.
couldn't handle the
And
graphics. I see the Minecraft
uh,
graphics.
I've played a good amount to know the basic references and stuff like that. And get behind a lot of the things that they say about Minecraft. This, although I gotta say, Minecraft story mode was probably I need to replay it, but it's probably a better Minecraft story than the Minecraft movie because
I'm gonna put my money and say yes. I'm gonna put my money on it and say this is that story, whatever it is. I haven't even seen it and have no idea what it is, but I think it's better than the Minecraft movie because I don't know
yeah,
how can it be worse? How can you make this worse?
yeah, because I don't ever see Patton Oswald going, "This is a pig," and pigs are useful in Minecraft because you can harvest them for meat.
Was there a song
Just,
and dance when they're doing a melting a chicken?
oh God, Jesus Christ.
Was there a song like that? Was there someone saying, you know, mining, oh yeah, mining, 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 or anything like that?
No, no,
Okay,
that there wasn't.
so it's already the reason why I ask you about the Minecraft game is because when you're making an adaptation, like a movie kind of adaptation, a lot of the effort needs to be put into actually capturing the essence of what the game is. So what the feelings you have, the experience you have in this game, and what are the common experiences of Minecraft that everyone sort of feels when they play it. Does does the movie capture any of that? If I didn't play a Minecraft at all and I saw this movie, is this a good depiction of the feeling of Minecraft?
No, this is not the best interpretation you can get from Minecraft.
What would be if let's say as simple as well for you, if you wanted a Minecraft movie that and this one doesn't exist yet, what do you think would be like? What would you capture most? Like whether it's from the tone, the characters, the locations, the what do you think sort of
Probably,
what do you describe the Minecraft experience like in a few sentences?
probably the wholesomeness combined with the creativity and somewhat fear of the Minecraft world. Because yeah, you get the wholesomeness of when you're in the daytime, you're just building stuff, you're living your life, you know, and then nighttime reminds you that there are dangers about, or there is dangers about. I don't know how to word that correctly, but
Yeah.
uh, and yeah, and you know, ultimately you'll figure out through your days of going through the world and stuff like that that there are far far worse things than nighttime out there, and eventually you'll have to save the world from the end or the Ender Dragon.
Yeah.
Uh, it is it doesn't immediately get you into, oh my god, the Skybeam portals, Nether.
Yeah.
It doesn't throw that stuff in your face. It just goes like, hey, enjoy your time, and you'll eventually get to, you know, more I guess tense situations.
Yeah. That's kind of what the feeling I got when I played Minecraft is it's the atmosphere that I really liked. It's the idea that you ended up in this world all by yourself and you have to make the most out of it. Make what you can. It wasn't like an open space where yes, you can be creative, but that wasn't the primary focus. The primary focus is you are in this world and you are shaping it sort of to your liking. It's the imagination comes from you using the materials you find and crafting something beautiful as the as the name suggests. It's mining and crafting, like the famous quote. But I didn't feel like anything was. I never felt a good sense of atmosphere in this world. Like everything was just so fast. It didn't let me like breathe in and just take in the atmosphere as much as it should have because that's sort of the main I guess focus I would be if I was directing this. One second.
Yeah,
What I was gonna add, like one of the most, and this is for me, gamer Trent talking. For me, the most memorable moment in Minecraft was actually, I think it's the first or the second night not night, day. I was on up a hill, and then it started to rain, and I sort of instinctively, like I suppose narratively, would just hid myself under the leaves and just watch the environment, just watch the rain and listen to the sound of the raindrops on the leaves. And even though it's everything square, I find that I felt, yeah, it felt like I was in the woods on my own in the forest, sort of camping. And we never had these moments in the movie, which they could have done. They could have had these little moments of atmosphere of just calm down, appreciate the world, you appreciate this majestic world that is also full of mystery and danger.
You could have easily just made a movie about a guy wakes up in this world and he has to kind of live through it, and eventually he'll meet Alex, and then the two kind of live their life building things and just kind of
Yeah.
living a wholesome life, you know?
It could have. Again, the conflict can arise. And someone asked me what I would have done for the Minecraft movie, and I'll talk about that. But not yet, not yet. What I want to
Not
share,
yet. Not
yeah,
yet.
I was thinking about it today because every time we critique something, they're like, "How would you do it better?" I'm like, "Well, you could have done so many things, but for me, the number one thing would be capture the atmosphere, and I don't think the movie has captured the atmosphere at all. In fact, I don't know why, but it didn't attract me to play Minecraft. It felt like I'm watching a Minecraft Call of Duty or like what you call it, Fortnite. Like it's so hectic. I don't remember Minecraft ever being this hectic, where everything just coming at you, everyone trying to kill you. There's no moments for them to calm down. And maybe they should. Maybe they didn't have to do it because yeah, they're gonna have the action so that you don't focus on the actual characters or lack thereof.
If I remember correctly, uh Minecraft story mode didn't begin with a it's what's the word? A fast-paced intro going like, oh yeah, I built this thing and I built this thing. I traveled in this portal, and it started out real slow. You're just going to a building contest with your friends and your pet pig, and you know you'll encounter some characters. We'll establish them, but for the most part, it's the real conflict is just trying to win this contest with whatever you build,
Yeah.
and we don't get to the main conflict until a bit later.
Hmm. But at least there was a conflict. I'm assuming
Yeah,
there
yeah,
was a conflict that felt natural, the natural progression of that conflict. Whereas, like before we go into the plot debate, who was your favorite character in this?
um. Oh shoot.
was your was it the one that left you an impression? And please, actually, I think Steve is too much of an answer. Can we not include Steve out of the
Yeah,
cast of non-Steve characters?
yeah. It's probably Jason Momoa.
What's his name?
Uh, Garrett, the garbage man.
Good, good. I double checked. Double checked if you knew. What about the other characters' names?
Um, there's Don. I think that's one of the names.
Quickly Googles.
Uh, Henry and sister.
Well, you remember them better than I do. Henry, Natalie,
um,
Garrett, and Dawn. Yes, you got them. Very good. And what did you like most about them besides the garbage man? What do you think about the other characters? Because garbage man, we'll come back to him a little bit, but
well, there's Principal Lady who why does she have such a I guess it's not a big role, but it's a big enough role to give her a subplot. It's just like why did you make this a thing?
that's a good question. I feel like you could apply that question to many scenes in this movie because none of them connect in many cases. Things just happen. There's no sequence of events where, and then this happens, and then this happens. It just keeps continuing. Um, so, as he told the principal lady, he's like, "Oh, we're happy to have you here." And then the next scene, they're in the class, and for some reason, the kid builds a rocket, like a working jetpack.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
before I remembered his name, I always referred to him as Autistic Kid
Hmm.
because that's basically who he is. Is just yeah, he if you tell him that it's not rocket science and you're like prove it that it's rocket science, the kid will just make a jetpack, I guess, for no reason other than he wants to.
Yeah, and then we just like for actually, damn it, I don't want to go into spoilers yet, but there was no in this movie. I don't think any of the characters had a arc. I don't know any of them that.
Garrett
What was
Garrett sort of had an arc,
what was his arc?
not to be an asshole.
But but he was, and that wasn't his arc. I thought he was like a washed up. He was a washed up video gamer from the 80s. And,
Yeah,
and then he's like, "Man, my life is horrible." And yeah, then nothing changed in that life really besides like everything worked out in the end. Like he didn't do
yeah,
anything that warranted him changing anything about himself. He was still a jerk throughout the movie, and he why did he become good?
yeah. He was like, I am a loser man who is losing my life, and I am also a jerk. And then later in the story, it just kind of goes, all right, now that I had this like 1 minute talk with someone, uh, I I will now have the courage to save people, I guess.
Yeah, now I'm the real legend that I wanted to be,
I am the Minecraft Legends.
what? Okay,
Roll credits.
roll credits, credits roll. Yeah, so rest assured, no, none of the characters had an actual arc. Uh, Not in any kind of way where it naturally progresses from like a character who has a struggle to begin with, and then over the challenges, he develops something that helps them overcome that struggle, and it becomes a better person from that. None of that really happens. There's a lot of things that the bullet points that the writers and directors were given were told that they should happen, and they said that it does, but there was not really a narrative aspect to this progression. Like Natalie has no conflict. That's her name, the sister. Like what's
Yeah.
Dawn's conflict? What was her? Had a zoo, a traveling zoo, and she was a real estate agent. And then she was still dead. I think was she?
No, that's. I don't want to go into spoilers
Oh, sorry.
because
Not yet, not yet. Hold it off. But yes,
not yet. Yeah.
what I found is just that none of the events, none of the sequences actually had a through line in any kind of natural way. It's much like Mickey 17, where where Mickey's like, okay, problem solved, bad guy dead, and also my girlfriend became the president, and you're like, excuse me, when did she? When was this ever established? Yes, and I
The same.
also, yeah, go on.
Go ahead.
I was gonna
Okay.
say I was gonna say that yeah, she just became a president, and also something else. Oh yeah, yeah. There's too many scenes like that where it just randomly is said that this happened, and we just need to accept it.
Yeah, the same woman that like pointed a gun at some people for asking Mickey a question that she could have easily diffused by going like, hey, don't talk about that sort of thing. No, she just immediately pointed a gun at them. It was like, yeah, that's our president.
That's our president. No, everyone agreed that she is the one that's meant to lead, even though it never established that she was ever interested in it or had any kind of ambitions to do it. You might as well have elected Mickey at that point. He's actually more famous, but maybe they did, and she's like, no, vote for her. I support her. My girlfriend.
Yeah, it's Mickey. We're getting a little
Oh, sorry,
sidetracked.
sorry. Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say I'm thinking about a better movie, but it's so marginally better that it's the same problem. It's the same problem. Okay, would you consider this to be the worst movie of the year, or is there anything that you've seen that's worse than this?
We we still have to wait
Mhm.
uh to see if it ever gets worse.
Yeah.
But Minecraft movie was sort of like a Madam Web scenario where
Oh God.
it's so obviously awful that although I don't see how people didn't go to the theaters to see Madam Web, but make memes about it and stuff like that. But my Minecraft movie comes out, it's just as bad, but everybody loves it apparently.
Yeah, and again, what lessons I saw some memes going about like uh, Kratos. It's a meme. I forgot the villain, but in God of War, there's Kratos and what's his son's name?
Atreus,
Atreus. Yeah, they're fighting the main bad guy together, right? And
right?
Atreus and Kratos, they have Minecraft movie, and then there's Sonic 3, and they're fighting Disney. Like they're fighting Disney as like that's the main bad guy,
Oh,
and and I'm assuming it's gonna be the Snow White. And I'm like, okay, Sonic 3 I can accept. That's fine. It's a decent film, but
look.
it's not a Kratos versus the bad guy fight in Disney. It's two boogies fighting each other, and then there's and it's Wings of Redemption fighting Boogie. That's Snow White fighting Minecraft.
Look, listen, I have my issues with Sonic 3, I do, but that that has a story. That has an
Yes.
actual story that it wants to tell.
Yeah. Hey, look, what's that? Oh, that's a ring. It teleports me places. Wow, that's pretty neat. I mean, it already had expository writing, which I already mentioned, but Minecraft takes it the whole new level, where
Tails, go ahead.
it just you might as well not even watch the movie. Just listen to it. Just listen to it, and in fact, don't even listen to it because even as a radio play, it's garbage. It
Oh,
just
Jesus.
say the thing. Oh, that's a dirt block. If you stack them
They're the
up, yeah,
villagers.
they're the villagers. There's the chicken. This is an ender pearl. If you throw it, you will teleport. I'm like,
Like I think that Dax from the server because I watch movies with him.
yeah,
What when we were watching this movie, I think it was about the crack. Because because when it's not much of a spoiler. It's just they're planning to do something at a specific place, and Steve is going like the Vindicator and the Enderman, and he's naming them in the same way as he always does. And Dax was like starting to crack under pressure because he was like, "Stop saying it!" Like
stop saying it. We can see what's happening. The
he was
nether,
laughing at the same time. He looked like a madman.
the nether. This thing and this thing and also this thing. Yeah. So for me, so far, Minecraft movie is. I thought Mickey 17 is gonna be the worst film of the year so far. So far, yeah, Minecraft beat it. Minecraft. I don't know why. I don't know why they're trying to make it worse. What's the goal of making a story worse? Like because you have to constantly put effort into making this bad. There's no way that they. Is someone like? Is this some sort of union thing where, like, they just hire anyone that needs a job and they're like, well, I'm already hired, so I might as well just write whatever I want. I'm sure there has to be some effort put into this. I believe, at least I'm hopeful of it. Like
Is
if you had to write this, if you had to write this story, would you come up with things like this, or would you try to at least make us about a story about a Minecraft.
I'd make it a story about Minecraft.
Yeah. Are you sure you're not gonna you're not gonna have a wrestler? Well, he's not even a wrestler. I thought he was gonna be like a wrestler. He's just a gamer. He's just a well athletic gamer who has an 80s shop, and it's about
Why
his.
did they?
Go on.
Why did they even cast Jason Momoa for this movie?
I don't know. Why did he cast Jack Black? That's the real question.
Well, that one's easier because it's just like kids like the Jack Black, don't they?
Jim Carrey wasn't available. He's doing Sonic already. Like, god dang. They needed to
Oh
do a
god.
swap. They need to swap around. Uh, Jack Black needed to be Eggman in the Sonic movie, and then give Jim Carrey to the Minecraft movie as Steve. Might as well. They're interchangeable at this point.
I'm just imagining.
What?
Yeah, spoilers for Arcane season 1, but
Okay.
you remember the end of you remember the end of season 1, right? Jinx gets the rocket and she's prepared to launch it at the council, and
Yes.
it blows up. Very, very, very dramatic,
Very
right?
sad. I cried.
Yeah, yeah, and that then do you remember the part where Jack Black just jumped on screen and said Jinx's ult,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
before
yeah.
she
I see where you're going. That's a Jinx ult. Yeah.
Oh,
I,
good. I remember. Oh, go ahead.
I said every movie I think needs a Jack Black explaining what's happening. It's like in the corner, like when you're deaf and they have like the sign language guy. That just needs to be Jack Black explaining things.
Yeah, me and Dax made the joke of like when Jace shoots a kid, Jack Black comes on screen and it goes pulse cannon.
False cannon. Oh jeez. He's in the games as well. You're playing Last of Us 2.
Oh
Abby
no,
kills Joel. He's like, that's a birdie. Whatever, just makes a shitty golf joke.
golf club.
Yeah, golf club. I don't. Yeah, why am I even putting effort into making a joke? He would just describe what's happening. Why am I even like? I'm trying to like make a hole in one or Joel in one would be the correct answer.
What have you done to Ellie? You made her upset. So upset she might want to kill you.
Yeah. Oh god, I would love to green screen Jack Black into like just into the scene.
You get like AI voice or some shit.
Yeah, Ellie's just crying over the Joel's body. Jack Black is there. It's like, wow, Ellie, Abby killed your father figure. Are you gonna go for revenge? I think you should. Here's the map to the location. And then we cut back to Abby, and Jack Black is also there giving her advice as well. It's like, Abby, do you know that Ellie's after you? So you better prepare. Anyway, let's go hunting with that pregnant woman over there. Oh, good time.
This isn't the death of cinema. I don't think this is like the death of cinema. Cinema has to do a lot more to be killed.
How? I
But
don't know how. I'm literally
Hey,
unable to think of how I could destroy the cinema more than a lot of these movies.
you have to think of a trend. We have been proven time and time again. It can always get worse. It
The
can always.
the only way you can kill the cinema even more is if you have Subway Surfer on the side as the movie's playing. Like that's the only way I can imagine. Just
Like,
have. Mm,
we'll get a good movie one of these days in this year. We gotta have at least one good movie.
no, there's Flow, a Baltic film about a cat in a flood.
Oh
That's
yeah, and
apparently.
I heard Anora is or
Mm,
Anona. I don't remember the title, but I heard that was good.
yeah,
So
I don't think cinema is dead, but Hollywood is trying really hard to kill it, and you have to go to foreign places to find some good stuff. It's
well,
still
yeah,
kicking. It's still kicking.
yeah. I was about to say I don't think it's this is the death of cinema or anything like that, but I think this It shows that we're in a sad age of movies.
Sad age of Hollywood. Yeah. Again, you can do adaptations very well. You already have proven a proven concept like Minecraft. You already have a world. You already have like all the world building done for you. All you need now is to just have a story, have a character, have some sort of conflict in this world, and there you go. That's your adventure, and then a resolution within this world, and you have a pretty decent story. I don't know what else you can do. How you can mess this up so badly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can now move to the spoiler talk. I feel. Uh,
Oh, thank God, thank God.
we're going to spoiler talk. Whoever does one, is there really anything to spoil? There's nothing. There's no dramatic things going on, and everything's gonna be spoiled for you anyway by Jack Black narrating. So it's not like you're gonna be surprised. But hey, if you feel like you want to see this movie for some reason and not want to be spoiled for some reason, this is your time. This is your
uh,
time.
but before we get into spoiler, I wanna tell a little story of when I went to see this film.
Okay, go for it.
Uh, so yeah, it was like uh one of the only big friend get-togethers I get when we want to watch a movie that we all of us, me and my friends, want to watch. And the last time we did this was Godzilla minus one, so big drop in quality here.
Wow.
uh, but and I mean the Minecraft movie, not minus one.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
we went into the theater, and I saw that Dax didn't follow us, and so we go over to where he was. He was just doing something by his car, and we were like, okay, yeah, let's just head to the theater. We'll wait for him. So then we're waiting, and Dax comes in, and he has a blue shirt, a a a flint and steel cardboard, and
Okay.
and a sword that changes into a pickaxe, and his hair and size was even the same as Jack Black.
Oh my god.
So I just looked at him and was like, what the fuck are you doing? And he just responds with flint and steel. It's like, God damn it.
He's committed. He's committed.
This, yeah, because this is a meme movie. Everybody knows this is a meme movie.
Yeah.
No one's gonna take this seriously except for some people.
I
But
do.
who
I
the
do take
hell?
it seriously because I can imagine the potential that this movie could have had, and without the memes, and you could still make it funny without being stupid. Um, but yeah, I kind of felt the same way when I was watching Sonic 3 with my buddy Nev. He was also. We came in. He's standing like Shadow, going like doing like a cool pose, like kept you waiting, huh? It's like, and then we walked in and we tried to get like a Sonic cup and Shadow. I obviously got the Shadow cup. He got the Knuckles cup. You know, and everyone's looking at us like we're the weirdos. We're going to this children's movie, but I'm like, no, we need to see it. We're super fans of this franchise, and I feel like it's not because we think it's great kino, but it just an experience, and I think that what the Minecraft movie for some people was, and we saw that from the reactions of the people who went to watch it, is that the movie itself is not as important as the experience you have with the friends, which is a shame. The back in the day when you watch a good movie, you can discuss it like you become an intellectual a little bit. You try to discuss what you liked about the story, what you got out of it. Now it's just like here's a meme. I can't wait to put this on my on my Reddit page. I can't wait to, record this for my YouTube short. Okay. Oh, what craziness. This is happening. It becomes no longer about the movie. It becomes like just a hangout, which it has its benefits, but it's just a shame that it has to come at a sacrifice of, you know, film. It's not an amusement park ride. That's what, as Scorsese keeps telling, and I am me leaning towards believing him more and more every day as we watch it. It is a roller coaster ride, not a form of storytelling.
I mean, it's still a movie. It's still
At what point can
still
we not call it a
it's still
movie? At what point do
I
we
don't
say stop it? This is no longer what cinema used to be. Cinema is.
I don't know if you go see Avengers Doomsday and then the director comes on screen and goes, yeah, so we decided not to follow the script at all. Here is a picture of a banana. I guess that would just make it not like a film at all.
Well, even then, that you would say, well, there's an artistic quality to it of some kind. But what makes it different from, like, say, an advert? Like, this to me looks like a lot like a Call of Duty advert, the Minecraft movie. You know, the ones where there's like live action people walking around the world, the 3D world. You wouldn't call that cinema. So a feature.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't call the ad cinema, but by by definition, it's still a film. It's still.
I don't know.
It,
We'll find out that we'll find out as we go further into the story of the Minecraft movie.
yes.
So what do you want to bring up first? Let's start from the beginning of the movie.
Oh boy. Yeah. Steve does a whole big narration. Uh, he as a child he yearned for the mines and shows an image. Does anybody else think that the image of the kid standing in the mines looks kind of AI generated? I
Yes.
know it's not AI generated, but it looks it because this movie is so
Yeah.
fucking fake looking.
I like what I liked about those scenes. First of all, we never established why he yearned for the mines. What's the reason for it? Like, was his dad a miner? Was someone in the family there? Was anyone, did he found the idea of exploring the cave? No, he's just like, I yearn for the mine. That's my storyline. And then there's this old man who's preventing him from entering the mine. He's like, get out of here, you kid. Remember him?
Get out of here! No kids allowed.
No kids
And
allowed.
yeah,
But then,
but go ahead.
but then he grows up and becomes an office worker of some kind, an abstract office worker. And then
Yeah,
he's like trying to pitch a roller coaster ride for some reason. It's like, what? Normally, when you have this, I gave up on my dream and became a worker. It would be something really boring, but instead he's going straight for the, like, pitching ideas for a amusement park. I'm like, what job did he have? Why is it so? It's also a creative job. What does that have to do with anything with your dream about mining? Uh,
actually, yeah, that's a good point. Is like wouldn't he come up with a mining operation if he yearned for the
if you're
mines?
for the mine, he could have grown up and become a professional, like, miner, because he grew up. And why did he give up on his dream of being a miner when there's plenty of jobs available for mining?
Which gets destroyed even more when he goes into the Minecraft world and he's not mining at all. He's just making houses and building all sorts of weird contraptions.
It's already we're getting lost. Also, the fact that he went back to the mine with his pickaxe as a grown-up man, and the old man is still there.
You gotta remember the context, Trent. You can't leave out the context.
What?
He looked at his food and he was like, "Oh my god!" And then he formed the mashed potatoes into a mine entrance.
What?
A mining entrance. And
Okay.
he was like, yeah, that's right, the mines. And then he goes over there, sees the old man. Old man is like, "Oh, you still can't come in here, even though he's an adult now. How do these rules work?"
How? Why is
And
how is the old man still alive? First of all, that's my question. Because he was an old
yeah,
man when Jack Black was a kid.
he looks the same, and Jack Black looks to be in his 30s at this point.
The only thing I could say about that is that the old man is like a metaphor, or like like some sort of hallucination that Jack Black made in, as a part of a story. But that's too deep. That's the only way I could justify the old man. It's like the thing that prevented him from living his dream is this old man, and now as a grown-up man he runs around it and enters the mine. But that was never established, really. That's just my
Is
interpretation.
he is he the only one who works at that fucking
Yeah,
mine?
yeah. It's already, like, from the beginning, it's already stupid.
Yeah, it's really funny because the first thought I had in my head when Jack Black jukes him And it's like, yeah, I get the mine in the mines now. Oh my goodness. I just thought in my head, so the old man's going to call the police, right?
Yeah,
Because he's trespassing.
he is trespassing.
So
Yeah, who is this? And again, what stopped him from getting a job in mining? I don't understand this. I don't understand it. He could have been a what? He could have been a miner. He is like his dad was a miner, and he continued the job, and he went on a mission, and then he stumbled upon the Minecraft world. Simple as that.
yeah, he mines for what I assume is like a few minutes, and he already finds two important items that open up a portal to the Minecraft world.
Yeah, yeah, that's the only way. And maybe it is that that meme where it's two guys are pickaxe, digging a mine, and behind like one layer of dirt there is the diamonds, but then he gives up and walks away without
Yeah,
that meme. That's maybe what happened. Like the old man has been spending like 20 years trying to find the jewel, or maybe the entrance to the Minecraft portal. And then some random guy walked in and found it right away. Like
he
picked.
didn't even mine that far. He didn't even
That's
mine
like
that far
that.
because even when they show Henry and Jason Momoa going into the mines, it's like a short hallway to the portal.
Yeah,
Is like, how many years has that old man been mining?
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. That the old man was mining, and then Jack Black came in, stole the old man's thunder by entering the Minecraft world that the old man was trying to find for 20 years. And then he dies from a heart attack, maybe off screen. So then when Jason Momoa and the rest come in, it's already there. So all good. Conflict averted.
All good.
All good. So yeah. So and then he enters the Minecraft world. What happens next? Do
Yeah.
you remember? In his backstory.
Uh. Oh, they play the song, right? The do 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 do, and that's the only Minecraft song they play in this movie.
Great. Great.
Uh,
It didn't. How much time did they give us actually seeing the Minecraft world, like experiencing that brief moment of seeing the whole world and letting Steve explore it?
it was really only like two times.
It's only like
It's
1 minute,
yeah.
less than that.
Yeah, Steve like looks around, sees a bee and and a sheep, and then you have Henry and the others looking around for a little bit, seeing the sheep, and that's all you get of looking around the Minecraft world for a good while.
Great. And for
And
go on.
I was just gonna continue on with the story, but did
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have
yeah.
anything you wanted to say?
No, no, no. Please continue. I'm sure that now that Steve is in this Minecraft world, it's a whole new experience for us.
Oh yeah. He shows it off. Like he built houses. He's building all sorts of things. He found a dog named him Dennis,
Can I pause?
and
Can I pause you here? How
yeah.
much actual mining did he do when he first got here?
Well, if he made a house with some stone, he would have to mine, but we don't see any of it.
We don't see him doing the thing that he was yearning to do all his life.
Yeah,
He was
and we don't even see how he discovers how to do anything. In fact, all of it is super rushed of how the characters discover these things. It's like, how did you discover that you could just put down blocks just by punching them?
yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
because
All
we never get to see their discovery except for one moment where he's like, "Oh, a block is floating. I guess I gotta place it down. Now I can make a whole house." It's like, whoa! You skipped a few steps.
stop it right there. What do you mean? Yeah, yeah. It's a lot of. And then did we just jump right into like I found a portal?
Well, yeah. First, we see him dancing with some pandas and making all sorts of weird contraptions. Uh, and then Steve goes like, "Oh yeah, now that I have my new dog, I found this weird portal looking thing, and somehow I know how." They never explained it of how he knew what to do with that portal. because the first portal opened up because he combined a cube with another cube that's actually an orb in their world. But here it's just, hey, I found this portal, flint and steel. There we go.
Yeah. There's a broken portal with a conveniently placed chest where the final block was there that I put in, and then I flint and steeled it, and I entered the Nether. Yeah,
Yep, the Nether.
yeah. I feel like we missed out quite a lot of this. And why does he? I guess suppose he's just exploring the world, but I would kind of want a bit of more motivation for him to actually enter the Nether. because
Yeah.
because right away in my mind, and this is sort of my theory, was if Jack Black accidentally entered the Minecraft world, and we spend the time him trying to like find a way out of this world, and as he's going through this journey, he finds the portal and thinks that he can come back home. He finishes the portal, opens it up, and he finds all the piglins, and the piglins find him. So he opened the portal to the piglins, and that would be the conflict. His He wanted to come back home. He failed. He unleashed the evil. Now he has to set things right by stopping it. That's a conflict right there. But they didn't do that. They just yeah. I just entered the piglins, and then he gave the cube to the dog.
Well, he goes in there. Him and the Dennis easily get captured. Then he's in the cell. Dennis grabs a key from a guard. Then they escape real easily,
Yeah,
despite there being so many piglins. And we never get to see a point where we see all the piglins like being separated or sleeping or anything like that. The place is always full of piglins.
yeah,
So I have no idea how they escaped so easily, especially when they got the cue from Malgosha's staff. Malgosha, big evil pig lady villain.
yeah.
Uh, they take the orb from her staff. She just left that lying around, I guess. Even though she should immediately use that to take over. You remember when she got the orb in later in this movie? She immediately started to make this big portal and get all the piglins to go into the overworld and try and destroy it. Why didn't she do that when she had the orb in the beginning of the film? She just left it lying around for anyone to grab.
Didn't she need
And
a lot of them? Was that not the thing?
what?
Did she not need like a million of them? Like, she had like a huge pile of them, these cubes that she's trying to finish off. Or am I just
No, no. She just needed the orb and a portal. That's about it.
okay?
Uh and she can apparently make potions for them to get outside the world
Yes.
so that I could make this in the first place, and that was about it. And other than that, their only other motivation is that they want gold
Yeah,
for
sure.
some
That's
reason.
apparently that's what she wanted, but when in the end, again, I'm jumping to the end. She never wanted the goal. She just like kill everyone, destroy everything. I'm like, when is the gold part coming in?
No, she hates all creativity because she people made fun of her dance moves.
Yep, close enough, good enough. It was in the PowerPoint. The producers asked him to give her a tragic backstory of some kind. They couldn't come up with anything better. But yeah. So anyway, they escape from the Nether.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, but because yeah, they would. He gave the cube to take back to the real world, and to hide the cube from the evil. What's her face? Malgosha.
Malgosha. Yeah,
Malgo.
yeah. Jack Black gets captured by the piglins and lets Dennis run off with the orb, and Dennis like hides the orb in Jack Black's house because Jack Black gave him the address because somehow Dennis can comprehend what a fucking address is.
He's a smart wolf. He's a smart wolf.
He's never been in this world before.
Don't worry. He knows. He knows. But yeah, he managed to escape successfully and hide the cube. And hide the cube.
Yes,
And I
and
think Was that the end of the prologue?
I think that's the end of the prologue. Now we get into the actual story with Jason
All
Momoa.
right. Yeah. First of all, I had no idea what time this was set in, and the location. We'll talk about the location as well because Idaho is a familiar place to you. You know,
Uh,
you know about Idaho as a place, as a location, and I never been to America. I never been to Idaho, but I could tell that it's a wacky place filled with a lot of eccentric people that don't make any sense. Is
no,
this correct?
Idaho,
As an American, you
Idaho,
would.
Idaho is a lovely place where everyone dresses like the wife of the KFC mascot.
It's the hometown of the potato or something like that as well. Apparently,
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. When I figured out that this film was set in Idaho, I was like, "What the fuck kind of Idaho is this?
where am I?
What the hell did you do?"
Remember in Sonic One when it's Green Hills and it's a nice, lovely location where everyone's like just enjoying it's like a good life and everyone's normal besides like the crazy person who thinks that Sonic is real.
Yeah.
Imagine if the crazy person was everyone in Idaho. You might as well set it in Ohio. Because everyone is
it,
insane.
it's like if we made a story set in Lithuania and everybody like ate and drank ham or some shit. It's like that's the amount of crazy we're going into with the people of Idaho. They all dress weird. They're all super eccentric and weird. And
Yeah. Here's my question. Why is there such an 80s aesthetic? Is Idaho known for its 80s culture?
yeah, everybody has this weird fashion when it's supposed to be set in the 2000s or 2010s. I have no idea when this movie is supposed to be set in. I assume modern day.
It was meant to it looked like it's set in the 80s because there's the arts teacher had like a old Nokia phone on like strapped to his belt. Like you know how the old ones maybe you're too young for this to know this, but there used to be like old phones where you had a little leather pouch for the phone. And I'm looking at that phone, I was like, why does he have that phone? And then you cut to the sister, the older sister. She's using an iPhone 16. I'm like, when are we set? What is this world again? Why is the real estate agent wearing a jumpsuit, like an 80s jumpsuit? Why is this guy dressed up as an 80s rock star? And I understand why Jason Momoa is dressed up as 80s stars. He's like LARPing his youth. But
Yeah.
the problem is that if he was the only one who's dressing up like that, then it makes sense. But when the real estate agent is also dressed up as an 80s, I don't know, how would you call it, disco dancer, or just a skier. It just doesn't add up. Nothing adds up at all. It
And
confused me.
this is
It gave me whiplash. I was like, oh, okay, this is set in the 80s. Good. And then she pulls out the iPhone. I was like, okay, so we're not in the 80s. Everyone's just being a weirdo.
this is supposed to be the boring real world, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, this is supposed to be the boring real world. The line where the sister goes like, oh, this place is so weird. I'm like, have you not noticed where you've been before you came to the Minecraft world?
No, but there's cubes now, so therefore it's weirder.
If you say so.
Therefore, nothing makes sense.
Therefore, nothing makes sense. So yeah, um, what was it afterwards? Oh yeah, uh,
I loved this part when you guys were watching it and I was watching it along with you. Uh, you were watching it, and after that narration, it immediately gets to another narration about Garrett,
yeah,
and I heard your utter confusion. I'm like, wait, what's going on?
yeah. It's so weird. I was like, okay, it would be. I was thinking in my head. I was watching the film. I was watching it, watching. I was like, okay, Jack Black giving us the narration, classic Mickey 17, narration where everything is explained. It finishes, and I'm like, okay, so now wouldn't it be funny if like another character started their narration, and it immediately does. we're getting the we're going to the narration of the. I don't think it was Jason Momoa. I think it was like someone talking about Jason Momoa, but it's the same
Yeah,
thing.
it's
It's still a
some
narration.
guy.
I'm like, Is everyone gonna get a narrations like, "Hi, I'm Henry. I'm the weird kid of the school. No one appreciates me. I live with my older sister." And then it gets to,
and she keeps making me tater tot breakfast pizzas. Wah,
yeah,
wah, wah, wah,
like,
wah.
well, yeah. I just came to my new location in Idaho, and I'm trying to make a good impression. It's just like, and then he meets Jason Momoa, and the two narrations like start arguing over each other. Like that would be my joke. It's like, what are you doing, kid? I'm narrating my story. This is not your story. This is my. This is the garbage man story. It's like, are we
it's,
talking? Or are we narrating here? Cut back to
it's
the
like
real. Yeah, go on.
if this movie truly wanted to be a shitpost type movie, it would absolutely do that.
It would be. It's trying to be a shitpost movie, but they're just failing at it because they're still trying to make it a Minecraft movie. Like it,
The B movie is more consistent than this movie.
honestly, it feels like a scary movie. We're going back to this like scary movie levels, but not like the good early scary movie, like the late one, Scary Movie 7 levels of bad bad filmmaking. But yes, so where were we? We were just finishing.
We're
Oh,
at
Jason Momoa's storyline. That's the one. Yeah, he was a
yeah,
hero. He
yeah.
was a gamer of some kind, like the most wrestler ass gamer you ever seen. Now I don't remember the '80s, but I'm sure that arcade gamers were also nerds, but not this one. This one was like Giga Chad. Um, and then, but no, he's a loser. He has a '80s store, retro store that no one is visiting, and he's going to get the Atari or something like that to Storage Wars, apparently.
Well, yeah, because he's about to get evicted, so
Yes.
he's trying to get enough money. So then he comes across this guy who's like, "Yeah, we could have turquoise unisex blouses," uh, and then he's like, "By the way, we have an Atari thing," and Jason Momoa's like, "Atari thing? Wait a minute, that's what I need to get enough money to save my business. Oh my goodness."
He is a
Uh,
shitty businessman. Look how much stuff he has in his shop. How can he not sell these online?
shut up. He's a loser. He's, he can't do anything because he's a loser.
We're not in the 80s. He can sell these things. It's all retro. He loves it. He could have. I would have sold it immediately if I'm getting evicted. I might as well just sell it online for a lower rate.
What what you think Boogie's able to add another arcade machine to his collection? You must be living in a fake dream world, man.
the the only thing that would justify him not wanting to sell these things is because he has an emotional attachment to all of them and unable, as you say, the Boogie thing. In fact, this would have been better if Boogie was instead of Jason Momoa. I feel because when we have the why are you laughing? It's true. Because we have the same Boogie or slash Wings of Redemption like crying scene with Jason Momoa like paying $900 for one of the storages and in order to get the game, and he fails. It was just the box, and he's like,
I'm
"I
just
can't do this shit no more, man. I'm in trouble. I need help." You
that's
know,
wings.
yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. But Boogie has those as well. I
I'm,
just,
I'm just
mhm.
I'm just imagining the scene where Jason Momoa is going, "My life sucks, kid," but instead it's Boogie going, "My life is a disaster.
Our lives.
Uh, I've been eating Taco Bell for like 3 weeks now."
Honestly, here's
Uh,
another idea. If this was set in the modern day and Minecraft was a game, but also the magical world that exists, you could have a Minecraft like let's player who's like down in his luck. And he's like, I used to stream Minecraft for, 20 hours a day and I was super famous, but everyone moved on because of, but now he goes to the real world, to the Minecraft world, and he knows everything because he's an expert. He's been gaming this world. It would be cringe, but at least it would make sense why he would be like a loser, washed up has been kind of thing. And finally, he's
yeah,
useful in this world, which would then um, have him like not wanting to go back to the real world. But over the movie, he realizes that maybe true happiness is not in this fake world, it's in the real world or whatever. Like I'm just spinning ideas right away.
Yeah, watching Boogie have a redemption arc and save the world.
Yeah, that's what it is. Garrett needed a redemption arc, but he was already kind of the coolest one of the group. Like who's
Well, he constantly gets humiliated throughout the movie.
yeah, but he's
Like,
Jason Momoa. Like even though he gets humiliated, look at him. Like imagine if the scene had Boogie instead of Jason Momoa. Like all the scenes, all the scenes that you saw with Jason Momoa, he had actually a fat nerd who's just who then becomes like a Giga Chad. Maybe that's what the redemption arc is. But Jason
yeah.
Momoa is already cool, so when you give him slapstick, it's not as like funny because he's just handsome, good looking. Well, it's not the kind of man that would be down on his luck.
No, but it contrasts, right? Because you got the big, strong man, and he's actually pathetic. Because we haven't seen that before.
Yeah, sure. If the again, why is he not a wrestler?
How else are you supposed to sell the pathetic angles?
I don't know. Don't have him at all, I guess, would be my answer for this. But
Yeah, don't have them at all.
the pathetic egg, I don't know how I would do it. Like, it's because what does 80s arcade games have to do with Minecraft?
80s arcade games. Well,
What does
I don't know.
what does him being a pro gamer have to do anything? How does that help him in any way, shape, or form in the Minecraft world?
The answer is it doesn't.
Yes, because normally when you have set up a character with a particular set of skills, those skills would be utilized in the different world in some kind of way. Kind of like, uh, what's his name? Henry? Kind of like Henry's imagination. You know,
Yeah,
that's kind of set up,
Hen-
sort of.
Henry's imagination with Garrett's skills of being a gamer.
Again,
Yeah.
when you say that, Garrett's skills of being a gamer, I'm like, oh god, if I was given this character to have to write it into the microphone, like, how would I do it? Like, what would he do? Where would his gaming skills ever matter? Yeah. Wow, you broke my mind a little bit because I'm like, how would I write him it? And I'm like, I wouldn't. But that's the easy answer. That's the boring answer. Don't have him in there.
Yeah.
Don't have it in there. Have him something else. But make him an actual miner. That would be cool. Big strong miner comes into this fantasy world. Has to. He's like, this is not what mining is. This is real mining. I don't know. That would make him too cool. Actually, god damn it. Yeah, it tricked me. But anyway, he went to Storage Wars. He does the Wings of Redemption cry. Everyone looks at him and walks away. And then we
Yeah, because he got the Atari, but actually there was no Atari in the box.
whop whop whop
Womp
whop.
womp.
So yeah, so he's poor. He's in garbage, and remember that he's a loser who doesn't do anything besides being a pro gamer of an obscure game. Right? That's sort of what we have here.
Yeah.
He's just a loser. Okay, cut to our next set of characters, which is Henry and what's her face?
Natalie.
Natalie. Yes. What do we know about the hit me? Hit me, Froggo. Hit me with your best shot.
So yeah, Henry is a boy who has, I guess you could say, insecurities about letting his imagination run free because I guess people don't allow his imagination to run free. I think. Uh,
Yeah.
and Natalie is his sister. That is all I can say about Natalie.
Where?
She wants to protect her brother because their mom died,
What about the
and
dad?
she. Dude, have you not seen Arcane season 2? We don't give a fuck about that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Mom died. She's the only one left.
She's the only one left. And yeah, Henry is about to go to school, and he's worried about going to school. But Natalie wants to hype him up and go like, "Hey, you could share your your tater tot breakfast pizza to the class, and you could try this new spray as well." But Henry is that type of kid where he's like, "Oh my god, everything sucks," and
Is he?
oh man,
He seems like a
so
perfectly normal kid. Like
I
bland.
he does kind of have that attitude when he like about to head to school. He's just like the spray smells like banana bread and poo.
Yeah, but he tries it on.
And
If he was like, oh, whatever, whatever, you're not my mom kind of thing, he wouldn't even try the spray. But he's like, I guess I will try it. Ooh. Hmm.
who
It's a bit of, yeah. How old is she? How old is Natalie? 16?
I have no fucking clue.
How can,
I have no idea, man.
how old is she? 16? She's 17, 18? How did,
I would assume she's 18 because how else was she able to get a job
that's what I'm
where
thinking.
she
I mean, it's
where
Idaho.
she's
Anything could happen in Idaho.
yeah, she's doing a job where she's pitching ideas to a whole group of people. It's like how the fuck how old are you?
You know what's funny? Another thing that you mentioned is she's pitching ideas, and so does Jack Black as well. I'm reminded of Hazbin Hotel when all that Charlie's doing is pitching idea for her hotel. It seems like pitching is because the writers are writing it. They don't have any other careers where that the characters could do. It's just pitching ideas, and that's what normally writers tend to do. So it just every single job that apparently is there is just I'm gonna go pitch an idea for something, and I get rejected by the evil corpo, and then so does Natalie. Does the same thing. Of course, her plan fails because she and things something bad happens. But the point still stands. Is like she's an 18-year-old who doesn't know anything, who owns somehow managed to get a suburban house. Uh, yeah, we need to go back to that a little bit. She gets a suburban
Yeah,
house. How?
what the fuck is her budget?
What is her budget? She has an iPhone 13 or like whatever, one of the bigger iPhones. They have a car. How, if she doesn't have a job, how can she afford everything there? Unless they uh, will? But even then, you would be much more careful with how you're spending your money.
Does
If
she
you're,
have?
God,
Go ahead.
no, no, you go.
Does she have like a student loan as big as fucking Elon Musk's budget? How the fuck? How is she able to get all this stuff with how young she is?
Don't worry about it. It's the Minecraft. Like the fantasy is really Idaho is the real fantasy world. I don't know why Minecraft is being treated as the fantasy world.
Yeah,
In
go to Idaho where everything works out for you.
Go to Idaho, you will get a beautiful 4 bedroom suburban house with a beautiful car, and also you're gonna get a marketing job or something like that in as a 16-year-old question mark. I don't think she's fully adult. It just doesn't.
I'm looking this up. I'm looking this up.
It's but you don't have to have any of these things. That's the sad part about this Minecraft. Like all everything you're setting up has nothing to do with Minecraft. It has nothing to do, absolutely. Like if you want the awkward kid and the sister dynamic, you can have that, but you might as well have the clueless parents as opposed to just not having them at all.
Bullshit. She's about 23 years old.
No. In what reality? Only in Idaho, baby. And anyway, I need to come back again with this. Them buying a house from a real estate agent called Dawn, who again I never in a million years, and I'm looking to buy a house, and I never seen a single real estate agent come in with a jumpsuit, with a sort of a flashy Naruto jumpsuit to sell me a
Yeah,
property.
she has a jumpsuit. She has a moving zoo as she's a real estate agent. But I thought this was supposed to be the uncreative world. How is somebody able to do this?
It's a creative world. Yeah, this bleak and boring world where everyone is a unique anime character that has multiple jobs and and a running zoo. The dream of a moving zoo, a mobile zoo. Perfect. And she's probably going to be
Next,
president by the end of the movie as well, if Mickey 70 taught me anything.
next, he'll tell me the guy who runs Idaho is fucking Bill Gates.
Yeah. It's gonna be Steve. Like, its second movie comes in, Steve becomes the mayor of Idaho. There we go.
Yeah,
Or no,
Steve run for mayor.
or it might as well be Momoa. He becomes the mayor of Idaho. Is it even a mayor of Idaho? Is Idaho a city or is it a full state?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, you should know. You're American. Idaho City, Idaho State, in beautiful USA.
I think yeah, Idaho is the state.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm currently living in one of the cities in Idaho.
Okay.
Not gonna say what.
You can make your guesses in the chat room, guys, and if it's correct, we'll tell you.
Make a guess on how you could dox Frog.
Yeah, make a guess. Yes. Anyway, so yeah, you bought a beautiful house, jumpsuit wearing real estate agent giving you the house, the keys. Everything was successfully purchased. Um, yeah, they started the day off. Beautiful tater tot, cheese, pizza pie, breakfast. A healthy,
With,
a typical
with
American
bacon.
breakfast. Yeah, a typical American breakfast.
No. Listen, I've made tater tot tuna sandwiches. All right, the tater tots don't go well with other things. You just need to have them plainly.
There we go. But why wasn't this set in Ohio? I thought the whole Ohio is like the meme city. Is Idaho trying to like beat Ohio? Either way,
I don't know.
yeah, Idaho, Ohio, same thing. Anyway, what I was gonna say is she got the spray again. I don't Blue Velvet was it called? Wasn't it?
Blue
Is
Velvet or something like
is
that.
that a
Maybe.
is that a product placement?
I have no idea.
I feel like it is. It's like close up on the Blue Velvet. Here's the logo. Here's the thing. Here, here's your money from Blue Velvet.
Now, excuse me, while I get on my iPhone.
Yeah, let me get out my iPhone and check for the nearest Blue Velvet locations in Idaho. And if you write hashtag Minecraft, you'll get a 50% off on this delicious fragrance. Smell the mine, craft your future. Blue Velvet.
What's Minecraft?
We'll get there. That's Minecraft. We're only in the beginning. It's only. God, we are going through this. Anyway, he goes to school and he meets. We now finally meet the characters. Together.
No. You skipped the scene trend. Before he goes to school, he goes to Garrett the garbage man.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. As he's going to school, we finally see the two characters meet: Garrett the garbage man and Henry.
Oh, okay.
And Garrett is doing a how to be cool class.
How to win at life.
He's doing the Andrew Tate.
The Andrew Tate.
He's doing the Andrew Tate. You gotta be a Sigma male. You have to do the grind set. Yeah, as all washed up video game players do when they're down on their luck. I'm looking forward for Boogie's like how to be a Sigma male YouTube series.
How to be a winner from Boogie.
How to be a winner. Yeah. So what sagely advice does he have? Do you remember? Because I don't.
I don't remember.
I just know he steals the pie. He's like, leave that pie to me, kid.
Well, yeah, the tater tot pizza, yeah.
Leave that pizza to me. Part of my nutritious breakfast.
Apparently it's good. I'm never gonna try it though.
It's gonna be, I feel like they're setting up like a cookbook for the Minecraft movie, like the Minecraft movie cookbook. So it's gonna be the lava chicken. It's gonna have the pie, the
Oh
pizza,
my god.
the taters, and I don't know, a bunch of other random ones just to make it
All
full.
right, first step on how to make the lava chicken. Go to Hawaii and then dump it in fucking hot lava.
Now they're gonna have like the normie versions, like just put some oil on it and put it in the oven for 30 minutes. That's it. It's like,
Well,
oh,
it'd be a whole chicken at that point, so it'd probably take up like an hour or so.
okay, that's true. So yeah, either way, he goes to the Giga Chat Sigma male Garrett. He gives him some sagely advice, and then Henry goes to school, where he finds another 80s art teacher who has a little Nokia phone or a Samsung phone of some kind, and he's telling them to time to do some art. And you know what art is all about? Copying things exactly as they are with no interpretation. Isn't that right?
Is that what he says?
Well, no, I'm just being hyperbolic in terms of that. But he's like, this is still art. You have to draw exactly as you see it. You can't add a jetpack to it, which Henry does.
Well, yeah, he goes like, all right, all you got to do is draw these fruit, and everybody's drawing the fruit. Then Henry goes like, I'm gonna draw a jetpack on my banana,
Yeah, and some
and the teacher looks at it as like, what is that you were supposed to?
an art
Oh my
teacher.
god.
Never in a million years have I seen an art teacher critique someone for doing too good of a job just because they added a jetpack to it. In fact, they would praise that for as like a creative interpretation of what they're seeing in front of them.
Well, he didn't even draw the orange. He just drew the banana with a jetpack.
Yeah, dark. But look at the quality he drew it in. It's basically it's perfect. Well, super high.
It's perfect.
It's super high detail. It's like, or it could be like, you know, the SpongeBob meme where Squidward is teaching SpongeBob how to draw. Like, now draw a perfect circle. It's gonna take you forever to do it. The SpongeBob just draws like a perfect picture of like a face and then just deletes, like erases all the other details and just gives it the circle. That's what the kid could have done. He could just delete the erase the jetpack, and there you go. There's your perfect still life banana. But no, he's the weird one for being too talented. Yeah, and then he gets bullied.
If you're gonna have a scene like that, just take a page from Back to the Future, right? Because in that one, it was simply just it's a music competition, right? You see which music comes in, and Marty, the does a pretty good song with some rock and all that sort of thing, and the judges don't like his music because they're just like it's too loud. Even
Yeah,
though it was good music, they were like, no, it's too loud. We can't have that. It's like that's more understandable to have in
yeah,
terms of having it so that
yeah,
the character does something right, but he still fails because of how judges or
yeah.
other
It's
people
ahead of its
are.
time. This music, and they don't appreciate
Yeah,
it.
ahead of its time. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
Uh,
but this one is like, no, this is still art. So you can't have jetpacks in it, even though it's a perfectly drawn banana there with
all
sketch
you
with
had to
shading.
do,
Yeah,
all you had to do was draw the fruit, CJ.
draw the food, CJ. You have to do it. But yes, even though and the other kids are watching it, and I was like, okay, so it's his first day. No one would normally you don't get bullied on your first day because people are still sussing you out whether you're cool or not. And the fact that he drew like a perfect picture of a banana with a jetpack, I feel like the other kids would not be like, yeah, he's a weirdo. Get him. Like, and the worst part is that's one thing. That's a normal kind of sense. But here's the real kicker. The bully kid goes, that jetpack would never fly. And the kid is like, yes, it would. I've done the math. I've done the calculations.
You missed the joke where the kid says Henry says it's mathematics or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, go on.
And then the bully kid says, "My dad says that math is debunked." And that was like the only joke in the movie that gave me a little bit of a smile.
It no, it baffled me. It's like, what do you mean math is debunked? It's like
Well, that's the joke, right? Is just his dad's an idiot.
his dad shouldn't be allowed to have kids if that's the case. Social services, wee wee, call him up,
Will.
wee wee. Yeah,
Yeah.
unless this is a special school of some kind that that Henry is enrolled in. It might as well be because of the look at the head teacher, the principal.
Oh boy.
The
Yeah.
she
And
should
then
not be with around kids either.
one of the bullies says that it's not rocket science, and kid is like, it is. I can do rocket science." And the bully is like, "Oh yeah, prove it." And so he builds a fucking jetpack.
Yes. How? Who let him? Why is the art teacher
This
now involved with building a rocket ship, building a jetpack?
this is a world that doesn't let you be creative. We'll allow you to make a fucking jetpack,
Yes.
but we won't allow anything else.
In fact, what you could have done is had him try to build a jetpack. You know, the bullies don't even need to sabotage it. Really, why would they? Why would bullies want to sabotage a potentially working rocket? Like they would want to see it explode. Why would they cut off the? Why would they do anything like that? Like there's no motivation for the bullies to bully him. There's no motivation for them to stop a potentially explosive thing from happening. Even if you're the biggest bully, you want to see it go off. The way to do it is Henry's doing it, but obviously it doesn't work because it's in the real world. So he's like, "Oh, I was sure it's gonna work," or just like it just fizzles out, doesn't do anything, and he's like, "Oh," and everyone's like, "Boo, Henry, boo, you suck." You know, that's where the bully would be like laughing at them. He's like, "Look at this guy, he's trying to build a jetpack. What a kid, what a baby," or something. And then that's why when in the Minecraft world he can actually do it. That's the dream. Uh, but no, it works perfectly fine. In fact, it works so fine it flies off into the sky and explodes the sister. At least her job anyway.
Explodes the sister. Wait.
It might as well be. She's in the same location where the jetpack flies off and destroys
Look,
a
you
monument.
gotta you gotta remember, one of the bullies cut the wire on the jetpack
Yes, which again, that's my argument. Why is he cutting the wire off the jetpack?
because they're bullies. There you go.
Again, if I told the bully I built a potential rocket, do you want to see it go off? I don't feel like they would be like, "Huh, we're gonna we're gonna cut the cord so it doesn't go off. But they still go like they didn't need the bullies at all, unnecessary. In fact, it would have been better if he didn't, if he just failed, because then you would have a flawed character who'd be like, oh, in this real world, I can't just dream about a jetpack and have it made. So you have a better contrast between the world of the Minecraft and the world of the real. But this real world is just as fantasy as the Minecraft world, so there's no contrast. Either way,
Yeah.
where did the rocket actually fly off to?
Yeah, and Natalie is giving some sort of pitch, and the jetpack blows up Chip. Is that the name? Chippy the Chip?
Sure. I don't know what. Hold on. Pause here for a second. Everything we described here for the past what, I don't know, half an hour more. What does this have to do with Minecraft? All the plot lines happening here have absolutely nothing to do with Minecraft so far.
It's our beginning storyline trend. We gotta set up how they even make it into the Minecraft world.
Yes, I understand. In Narnia, they also have, or in what you call it, Peter Pan. You also have the kids, and finding out about their world, but it's a much more smaller world, a much more boring world, which Peter Pan then takes them away into the fantasy world. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
But in here, it's like, why are we spending so much time here finding these kooky wacky characters, as if the whole story will take place in this world? All you have to do is, all you have to do is follow the damn train. You just have to do. It's a boring world full of boring, stuffy people, and then kid runs off to the mines. I don't know, and then they chase after him. Bish bash bosh. Like, but anyway, Tater Tots, Chippy to Chip gets exploded. It causes a mash, an act of domestic terrorism at this point. Which again, I don't think the child should be blamed. I would blame the teacher for letting him build the thing. But okay,
Yeah, the teacher should get fired.
immediately. Uh, so yeah, what else was there? Uh,
KFC mascot wife lady. That's what I like to call her because of her fucking outfit.
yeah,
Uh, she is like, oh my god, we're gonna have to get you to expulsion probably. I don't know, maybe, probably not though. And she's like, do you have a guardian with you? And Henry thinks about getting Natalie, but then he decides he's going to get Jason Momoa.
yeah, some random stranger he just met.
Yeah,
And then they
I
do.
I guess they're friends now.
They needed the plot needed them to be friends. So
The plot needed them to be friends. Yeah.
I like the idea of like, okay, Henry, you need to call your guardian, just like the Simpsons joke where Henry just pulls out his phone, opens up the poster saying like how to be cool class from Jason Momoa, and starts like typing the number in front of the teacher or in front of the principal. That would be a fun scene. It's like, who are you calling? He's like, oh, that's my uncle. It's like, are you sure about that? Why is it a poster? It's like, oh, that's you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's the scene I remember is The Simpsons where he's calling Japan. Homer's calling Japan, and he's like, I need goes to the library. Goes, I need a phone book. He's like, okay, and a telephone. He's like, are you gonna make it a local call? Homer goes, yes, and then just right in front of the library guy, he's just typing in the Japanese number. So that's what I kind of imagine. It's like the library guy is like not doing anything; he's just watching. But yeah, that would be a funny joke, but it wasn't, because now Jason Momoa is picking up Henry for $20,
Yes.
and then
And yeah, Jason Momoa picks him up, and Jason Momoa has a small interaction with Principal Lady, and the next scene is them going to Jason Momoa's place, right?
yeah,
Yes. Yes. Uh yeah, Henry is like, I don't want to work on my stupid journal anymore. None of my contraptions work. So he throws it in the garbage. And Jason Momoa is just standing there, I guess. And then they find the orb. They find the orb, and they're uh, God, I can't fucking think right now.
that's fine. Let me. They they're setting up what they're setting up is the conflict that no one appreciates Henry's creativity. Uh, that was the symbolism of him throwing that to the garbage. It's a super stupid on the nose symbolism, but and they couldn't even get a bigger rubbish, garbage can. The journal doesn't fit, and it's
Yeah,
positioned in such a way where I feel like it there needed to be a scene where he picks it back up or something. Like could have been a nice scene of Jason Momoa coming in like picking it up. I was like, no kid, you don't need to give up on your dreams. That's what makes you special. That's what makes you unique. Something like that, where he actually is starting to become the actual guide, because he is also suffering from the same kind of problem. He has also had a dream and it's falling apart. Um, but that's a constant theme. You'll see it being attempted to be a constant theme throughout the show. Whether it succeeds or not, we'll find out. But either way, they find the cube and they go to the mine.
well, yeah, Henry goes, I feel it likes it wants to take me somewhere.
Oh yeah,
And yeah, then it takes them to the mine. Natalie meets Dawn, and they're like, oh no, we gotta go find Henry, and now Dawn is like, yeah, I saw that he was going over to this old abandoned mine or something. Uh,
Go on.
and Natalie is just freaking the fuck out because she figures out. Apparently, she just figured out that Henry blew up Chubby the Chip. When apparently everybody knew this, everybody else.
Yeah.
So I have no idea how she didn't know.
Honestly,
When
it's not
we're
even relevant. Like Chevy the Chip will never come back again. He will not return in Endgame.
Yeah,
He's
Henry will not get in trouble for this at all.
no.
Everything works out in the end.
Yes, so we
So
don't need to
fuck it.
worry about it. We don't need to worry about it. If it has no consequences, why worry about it? In fact, why even have it if
Yeah,
it has no consequences? That's my question. It's funny
this
for the memes. It's like, is it really
this
funny?
move this movie is genuinely making my brain hurt.
Yeah, yeah. But that was a whole like we had a full discussion here. We haven't even reached the Minecraft world yet for these characters, but luckily we finally do. We finally.
Yes, they go to the portal and they travel into the Minecraft world. Uh,
Wow.
duh, 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 duh.
We're doing this again, even though we had that in the prologue.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Okay. Even though we had it already. I guess we need to maybe they forgot again. Subway Surfers was on. They forgot about that part.
Somebody's rules.
So we need
Somebody needs
to
to post the whole movie, but Subway Surfers playing in the background.
yeah. That's what it is again. That's the end of cinema right there when Subway Surfer starts being played on the side of the movie.
Oh yeah, that's when you know cinema is fucked.
Yeah. So either way, we go into the in the Minecraft world and shenanigans ensue. Lots of shenanigans.
Yeah, they go there. You know, the sheep is there again. Jason Momoa is like, "Oh my god, dear quest giver, tell us our quest." To a fucking blocky sheep.
Again, here I have to
Uh,
pause again for a moment.
yeah.
He was an arcade gamer. There was no quest givers in arcade games. We never if he was an MMO player, maybe that would be make sense that he would be like, "Oh yeah, this is an RPG world." It's basically when you have your isekai anime and the character is a gamer, he would know a lot of these rules. But of course, because Jason Momoa has no his gamer skills are not at all relevant to this. It just seems weird that he's doing the a quest giver. Tell us your quest.
Also, yeah. Also, tell? Why would he think that's a quest giver?
Yes. Oh
This
my
seems
god.
like a really well. I get it. He's like stupid and pathetic, right? But there are ways to do it than just making him completely non-functional.
Yes. A quest giver. And she's like, I'm sure that's not a Dawn is like, I'm sure that's not a quest giver. He's like, shut up, woman. I will do the talking.
Shut the fuck up, woman.
Yeah. But there's just all that it happens in the plot now is just look at the weird things that we see. You know, look at the world of Minecraft and all this splendor glory. But and then jokes ensue, but none of them are particularly funny, unfortunately, because
Yeah.
everything's so bizarre that you don't know what to laugh at anymore. It's your humor senses have been switched off now because of the bizarreness of everything.
Meanwhile, Malgosha, we do cut to
Oh
Malgosha.
my god, I forgot about that scene. Okay, there's many problems there. Go on.
Yeah, yeah. So Malgosha's just sitting on her throne, and then she sees that a piglin child is making some art of like a house, and she's like, how is that going to get us more gold then?" And she just stabs the child. Uh,
Okay,
she's evil, guys. She's really evil.
she's evil.
And then she figures out that the orb has been completed once again. And so she's like, oh my god, I gotta go get to Steve. And she goes to Steve. and she's like, Steve, you need to go to the overworld and bring me the orb, or else your dog may die. And
Okay, pause
she
right
doesn't
here.
have
Pause right
she
here.
does,
Yeah.
oh,
Before we go into the dog part, why is she asking Steve to do this job?
because he's the only one that can go into the overworld, except that she gets her piglins to go into the overworld.
Yes.
So I have no I don't know why the fuck.
Let me, Malfusa, whatever her name is, let
Mafusa.
let me, Malfusa, devise an evil plan to get this evil cube. I know. I'll send my arch nemesis that I kept in my prison for many years now to do this for me. I'm sure
and
nothing
I
will
am
go wrong.
and I am now threatening his dog, which I do not have in my possession.
She's doing the bluff. She's bluffing. Why?
Yeah.
Why does? Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
As you're about to mention as well. Yeah, she is threatening Dennis. That's the dog's name, right? She's like,
yeah. Well, Dennis was in the real world, but he entered the Minecraft world when Henry and the others entered.
yeah.
And also, there's a villager roaming around in the real world.
Oh yeah, those things are. But again, they're not relevant at all. So nothing will come out from that besides just side humor. Uh,
Yeah.
the thing I liked about Dennis is that I'm sure Jack Black and Dennis escaped from Melfusa. And why would he assume that Dennis got caught? Fargo,
I
hello,
I don't know. That's
hello.
because Steve, can you hear me?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Steve goes, wait, how did you capture him? And she's like, that's not important right now. Go get the orb. Steve would immediately go like, are you fucking with me?
Press X to doubt. Show me proof. Show me him. Even if it's a cage. He's like, I don't have to do anything you tell me. Now do it. It's like, okay, I don't think you have it. I don't think you have Dennis. Last time I saw he took the cube into the portal, so that means that for this long time you couldn't apprehend him. And if you did, you would have the cube, which you don't. Therefore, you don't have Dennis. Like it what other indication would you have?
Oh yeah, that's actually a good point because Steve knows Dennis went away with the orb.
Yes.
So if she had Dennis, she would have the orb.
Yes. So why is she pretending she has Dennis when Steve clearly knows he doesn't? Because the movie would happen then. The villain would have got the cube.
Oh my
Did I
god.
did I just blow your mind with that
Yeah,
logic?
yeah. Oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Henry and the others are hanging out with the sheep again. Yeah, well, not really hanging out. They're just seeing Jason Momoa try to talk to the sheep, and then it becomes nighttime. Which, by the way, they establish in the beginning of the movie. Steve says, "Yeah, it was daytime for about like 20 minutes."
Hmm.
So it takes 20 minutes, and 20 minutes did not pass when they went to the overworld. Then again, it could have been like 5 minutes left or something like that for all we know when they entered.
Yep.
Uh, but they're never consistent with the
No.
daytime ratio.
The daytime nighttime will happen whenever they need it to happen. That's the rule. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, immediately, Jack Black, Steve betrays Melfusa and just goes, "Okay, I'm gonna help you guys out." Like, why could if he wanted to steal the cube, he would have gotten so. He is as we established, a big, strong Steve. And during the nighttime, he single-handedly destroyed all the zombos. He's a big badass
Yeah.
warrior, right? You think he couldn't wrestle that cube out of Jason Momoa?
Well, they needed to get the well. Okay, so when it becomes nighttime, they're all running away from skeletons and zombies with a bunch of fucking plot armor. Uh, I mean, there's even a point where Jason Momoa's sitting in a hole trying to shovel some dirt in one position, and none of the 4 or 5 skeletons that are shooting at him ever hit him.
Yep.
Uh,
If I know Minecraft, I know that the skeletons have terrible aim, and they never hit you, right?
they never hit you.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
never
they.
hit you. Stormtrooper skeletons. That's what I heard.
Yeah,
So
because when you're first starting out in Minecraft, the skeletons just shoot in the air, don't they?
yeah,
Yeah,
they're just
yeah,
pretending to kill, try to shoot you. Oh yeah. So
yeah.
anyway, go on.
Yeah. So then Henry hits a block, and he like headbutts into a block. It immediately turns into a small little block, even though he has to punch the other wood to get the small little blocks, but
Yes.
whatever. And he immediately knows how to build. He just grabs it, flings it down, and then boom! He knows how to build now. So he builds an entire fucking fortress.
Yeah. That's because he's special.
How much trees did he fucking knock down?
There was also other things like dirt and stuff. How much time did he have to build this? I'm sure the
I
zombies
have
were hot on
no
their trail.
I have no idea, man. I have no idea.
It's
Uh,
cartoon logic.
and yeah, then Jason Momoa comes at the fortress. He gets in, and oh yeah, Jason Momoa gets blown up by a creeper and doesn't die.
Oh yeah.
When Jason Momoa gets free from the skeletons and digs his way to another location, a creeper comes up behind him. He hits it, and then the creeper blows up, and Jason Momoa somehow doesn't die.
Yeah, I would like to pause
Uh,
here as well a little bit about the creeper. The most generic thing you could have done with the creeper in this Minecraft movie, that's the scene. A character standing and in the background you see a creeper. Then he turns around and the creeper explodes. He sort of punches the creeper as well, but what's the might as well not have done it at all. All you have to do is just him.
yeah,
He hears the sizzling sound, and then he turns around, and the thing explodes in front of him. Simple humor. You don't need to do the punches. Then there's a few seconds of him like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, I'm sorry," or whatever he says, and then he gets exploded. It's no difference. But yeah, the most generic thing you could have done with the creeper was this.
yeah, and yeah. So once Jason Momoa makes it into the fortress, a creeper comes up to the door, and a skeleton hits it with an arrow, and the creeper explodes. Because I guess in this version of the Minecraft world, creepers don't explode unless provoked.
Which is strange. That's not what I remember from the creepers. Creepers were slimy little guys. They just walk up to you when you least expect them. You know,
Yeah, they walk up to you and then they explode.
yeah, that's all their job was. They had one job and you failed. You failed. The tension of the creeper is the fact that he creeps up on you. But when they're just passive mobs, then you don't have that anymore. So you could have done so much with this in terms of the comedy, in terms of imagine imagine them running into a house and you just see a random creeper just like creeping his way into the house because they left the door open and then they have to quickly run out from the other door. Like simple joke like that, just like a static shot of them. You could have
Yeah.
done so much. You could have the villain could have been popped by the creeper. He's like, "I'll get you, Steve," and then he's like, "Yeah, whatever." Walks off, and then we cut to her expression, and then the creeper like behind her comes, walks up, just explodes her into ham. That would have been the ending. Like so much potential for the creeper just to constantly throw a wrench into the plot. That would be the ultimate humor, yeah.
The ultimate humor.
The ultimate humor. I would utilize so much that creeper. Anything I feel like the plot is getting boring, and just random creeper walks in, just because that's what they
Yep.
did. That's the running gag, the creeper gag. It's like Belfus is ready to attack the world. Like creeper walks up, destroys like the portal a little bit. They're like, "Oh God, I have to fix it," and that gives like the characters a bit more time. Things like that, simple things.
Yes.
But anyway, plot wise, Steve comes in.
Yeah, Steve comes in. The zombies like surround the fortress. They're surrounding our characters, and then Steve comes in. The only weapon he uses is a pickaxe, like once, and then he just fist fights a lot of the zombies
Oh yeah.
somehow.
Oh yeah, that's what I remember from Minecraft, fighting with my fist all the time and doing a like a swan dive on a zombie because that always worked.
Yeah, and beating them with their own arms.
Why is it so brutal? I think a few people mentioned this when we were talking about the Minecraft. Like, why is it so? The zombie fights are so gory and unnecessarily violent. Like he's just ripping spines off. He's just like burning them alive and like acting all cool about it. I know it's again could
Eh,
show it all that, but it's just overly violent.
yeah,
A-
I
And the
I don't
stakes
know.
and the stakes get immediately dropped when your character is like super cool and is not afraid of any of the zombies or skeletons that should be terrifying in this world. It's like, yeah, if they could just beat if Steve could just beat everyone like a Marvel superhero, even though from what I've seen, Jack Black is really struggling on the athletic side of it. Like I was watching his moves, and everything is just like slow, and he's struggling with the action scenes. So I'm
Jack
like,
Black, don't take this personally, but you needed to cut some weight down in order to film this movie.
he could have been all right. He could have been all right. It's just the way he approached the enemies is not how he's not Kung Fu Panda in this. Although you could argue that he might be. Jack
It
Black
might
knows
be.
only one character. Jack Black only usually plays only one character. That's usually this guy.
Well, it's a flanderized version of Poe from Kung Fu Panda because yeah, Poe was very excitable and stuff like that, and he
Yeah,
always made like small little catchphrases, but he had more to him as a
yeah,
character.
yeah. Steve is just cool. Everyone knows Steve. He's the coolest. Never got that from whatever little we have of story from about Steve. I never had the idea that he's like a cocky, uh, you know, action man. He was usually just a chill dude, like just crafting and mining. But no, Steve is a Marvel hero. Steve is a Marvel hero, and he has a cool fight, and then he's like, "Hey guys, I'm Steve.
I am
I'm
Steve.
Steve." Great, thank you, Jason. Not Jason. Thank you, Jack Black, for that performance. Oh, what do you think about Jack Black's performance? Actually, now that we sort of brought him up a bit,
I mean, at least it looks like he's having fun.
he looks like he's having fun. That's one way to put it, but the way I he is over the top. He's over exaggerating, which I don't think he needed to. But that's Jack Black. He always does that. As I said, he only has
Ex-
one character.
Except for the movies that he actually tried to play seriously in, like for example, Peter Jackson's King Kong. He actually tried to play another character, and he did a pretty good job at it.
Yeah, that's young Jack Black. Tenacious
Yeah.
D was also that pretty good. But this one seems like he's. I don't know. It just feels tired to me, and he's trying to be excited, but I just don't know. I felt the tiredness in him. Like he's too old for this role in some ways. Not like in terms of age, but maybe just being Steve. I don't know if he was the right choice for Steve. I don't think anyone is. I don't think I'm the only one who thinks that. Who would?
Well, yeah. If you're gonna adapt Steve, you're gonna have to make him into a character eventually. Uh, but the creators literally admitted that this isn't your Steve or my Steve. This is Jack Black Steve. It's like
Why?
it doesn't matter whether it's mine or your Steve. All right, yours or mine. It doesn't matter. You still need to make a fucking character. You don't just say screw it and then go, no, we're just gonna do Jack Black Steve. That's what we're gonna do. That's what this is, Jack Black Steve.
Yeah, why? Who taught you? Like, I, the only thing I can imagine is that they want a Jim Carrey in Sonic. They just like we just want Steven Jack Black as Steve, just famous name. For some reason, I was thinking Steve to Brian Cranston could be Steve. Wouldn't that be fun?
Bryan Cranston as Steve.
Yeah, I am Steve. Just Heisenberg, basically just Heisenberg, but in the Minecraft world. Oh, it would be fun. That would be fun. Because it.
Say my name.
Say my name,
You're,
Steve. Yeah,
you're goddamn right.
goddamn right. Because if you're gonna have all these out of place characters like Jason Momoa, might as well have Bryan Cranston as Steve. Have who would be the kids? Kids are more less relevant, I suppose. Have Zendaya as the real estate agent. I guess she's in Disney.
Yeah.
Just do wacky casting. Why not? If you're gonna do, Jack Black is like the generic option, and he doesn't pull it off. At least Bryan Cranston could pull it off a better one. I don't know how you would do the action scenes, but then I got to get the hang glider scene with Jason Momoa and Bryan Cranston, would be even weirder. But we'll get to that soon.
Yes.
We don't necessarily have to go point on point, but uh, because the plot is basically from now on, the plot will just be Jack Black showing the place around. Is
Yeah.
like what else is there that they do that isn't just him like, anyway, this is the villagers. I'm like the cool guy here, and they build everything. They're a couple of weirdos. There's my house. There's the lava
There's an
chicken.
iron golem.
There's an iron golem. There's this thing and that thing. He's just the tour guide, and I'm sick of these kind of tour guide scenes. Hazbin Hotel has it. Amazing Digital Circus has it. All of these modern films have it. This tour thing. It's like, oh, and here's my lava chicken. Do you remember the lava chicken scene?
Oh
One of the
god, don't. Don't.
la 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 lava chicken. Yeah.
Steve's lava chicken, it is tasty as hell.
Again, zero creativity in terms of the lyrics. You could have sang a song about anything. I am walking in the village. Yeah, I'm walking in the village, and there's a golem. It's just like, what made this somewhat different? Like, no effort put into the lyrics, no effort put into why it's being sung, and why do we need a musical number at all? How many songs are there? There's like 2 songs at all in total.
I guess to be fair on their part, they were trying to make it into more of a jingle than an actual song that progresses the story. But it was just really pointless.
Yes, a lot of this scene is pointless. Like the girl and the real estate agent both go to look for a map, right? Is the map
Right.
important or relevant?
Well, yeah, she goes like, Steve, we need a map if we need to know where we're going. It's just like you you're already choosing to follow this person who knows where to find an earth crystal.
Yes,
Why are you not putting your faith in the man who has lived here longer than you have?
yes. And she's like, no, we're gonna have to find a map. I'm sure that map is gonna be super
How's
relevant, right, Froggo?
No, it's not going to be relevant at all. In
Oh,
fact, they don't even. Do they even get a map?
no. That's kind of the joke I was leading you to.
It's like why do they even need a map? And and then you also have the fact, how does Steve know there's another Earth crystal? It's like we never get any sort of scene showing us how he discovered these things. It's just like, yeah, he just knows there's an Earth crystal, just another Earth crystal. If there's another Earth crystal, why isn't there another orb?
I'm glad they also forgot about the Dennis plot line, where Dennis is actually if Dennis was actually captured, it would be even worse because I'm sorry, the problem with Dennis plotline was that if he was actually captured, he there would be a stake. There would be something to for Steve to be worried about, and he would not be singing "Lava Chicken" happily, knowing that Dennis is in a cage somewhere still.
Yeah, It's like I need to get that orb.
Yeah, he would be much more focused on the orbit because I know both the actors and the plot and the writers know that Dennis is fine. There's no tension. There's not going to be a betrayal from Steve at some point, even though it's for some reason been set up to be that way. Because Dennis is not there, Steve doesn't care by the looks of it, because he's having fun in his world, in his village, and yeah, show continues. They're just having fun, trying out all the goofy Minecraft things.
La, 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 la.
Yeah, but I would love to see this cut between like him saying "lava chicken" and then we cut to Dennis like being in a tight cage, just crying. It's just like looking in the, looking out the prison bars. It's like, where are
They're
you,
like
Steve?
poking him with spears, and then
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
hear in the background, "Steve's lava chicken in his tastiest."
What was I doing? Oh yeah, Dennis. I forgot.
Oh yeah, Dennis. I forgot my woofer.
My pupperito that kept me, kept me social, that kept me happy for all this time in solitude in Minecraft world. Yeah, they just forgot that. So yeah, map irrelevant. Um, ev- Ender Ender Pearl, I guess, was foreshadowed. Uh,
Yeah. Oh wait, you forgot the scene before, another Malgosha scene you forgot.
but yeah, it's we got betrayed by Steve.
My spies tell me that. What are your spies?
What? If you say so.
If you say so, I don't even know what your fucking spies are. Stop telling me things in this movie I never get to see.
Yeah, it would be fun to see a spy like behind a tree or something. Well, how would they? How'd they go there?
Like
How,
aren't there bats in Minecraft these days? So you could possibly have like a bat flying around and it has like purple eyes and Malkosha can see through them. Like Dark Crystal type stuff.
yeah,
Uh, but
many
no,
things.
she just has spies. We never see those spies. She just knows that Steve and the others are just hanging around in town. She she doesn't even know why Steve isn't giving her the orb when his woofer has been threatened.
Yeah,
She never questions it. She's like, oh, "No, he's betrayed us. We gotta go kill him now."
yeah. If Steve said, "I know she was bluffing the whole time," I just wanted to get out of the prison, which he could have done it. Um,
In fact, if your spies were there as watching Steve's every move, they would have known that Steve was like, oh, "Okay, I need to get the orb. Oh, the Earth crystal broke. Okay, we'll just get an Earth crystal." It's like the spies would have known that, right? Or
yeah,
did they only spot the moment where he was going to the village?
yeah, yeah. Uh,
Yeah, and yeah, then we get General Chungus. He's so funny, right? Right, Trent. Yeah, guys, Trent kept this a secret, but pretty sure that when he was watching it, he was like laughing and pissing like all over the place. He was
for
he
the
was having General Chungus was just that funny.
Yeah, my favorite character is I first laughed. I first laughed when I heard his name because Chungus is so funny. Like wow, like peak writing. I couldn't stop laughing. In fact, I kind of missed a lot of the scenes because I was still laughing at the Chungus part. I was thinking about it as well. I like the idea of like a writer existing in this Minecraft world, and he's just telling the spy is the writer for Malfusa and Malgosha. I'll call her Malfusa. Why not? But imagine if there's like a writer's like, okay, so now you have to go. So Steve betrayed you, and yeah, you have to send Big Chungus to find him, right? And Malgosha looks back at the writer and goes, wait a minute, does he? Did he call my bluff that I don't have Dennis? Or sorry, we didn't establish that. But yeah, he betrayed me. Like, but if I had his dog, he would know that I could kill him right now. Yeah, but he don't worry about it.
No, 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 no. General Chungus is really funny.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway,
he's really funny.
send out Chungus. It's gonna be really funny because it's gonna make him scary, but he's actually has a chill dude bro voice. That's the
Yeah,
cut. That's the humor.
Yeah. He's got like the gay voice. So it'll be funny. It'll be funny.
I was thinking, is this the guy who did like the Badger don't give a shit kind of? Oh my god, so nasty! Look at him eating a snake. What is that? So that's Big Chungus. He's like, oh
Yeah.
hey Steve, I'm gonna kill you now. Oh my god, you've been working out, huh? Hey Steve.
Oh, I love the chicken place. La 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 lava.
Honestly, it turned me around. I think Big Chungus is the best character in this movie. I think now that I'm thinking about it, he had memorable lines. He had a very strong character. It was consistent the whole time. He he had a somewhat of a story, and yeah, he failed. He failed his task, but we'll get to that. First, we need to have a bunch of other comedy bits where.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Can we have a small break? I just need to use the restroom real quick.
Okay. Meanwhile, I'll answer your questions if there's any. The chat has been active, but here I am. Now it's just me with you guys. Oh yeah, I need to change the picture. Maybe this picture is too boring. Let me just get out. There we go. That's much better. Like this is how we can tell that it is a bad move when the merchandise looks garbage. Like who's gonna buy a Malfusa action figure? Who's gonna buy a Dennis action figure? He was barely in the film. And Steve, like, oh yeah, I can't wait to play Steve in my little game. Like none of these characters are gonna, in any way, shape, or form, resonate with the audience. So the sad part is, and it's such a wasted potential. The beautiful world of Minecraft just completely wasted on memes and jokes. Where in reality, you could have had a beautiful film, a beautiful 3D film, and it should have been a 3D film because why would you have real life actors in this world? Everything else, like 95% of the world is CGI. So just finish the 5%, just have the CGI characters. You're gonna have the humor, the slapstick, and you're not limited by the green screen, the camera compositions of the green screen. It would have been so much better as animated film.
I'm back.
Okay. Hello, welcome back. I was just whining about the Minecraft movie.
I see you have the picture of the great Minecraft toys with
Yes.
Malfusia and Steve and
Yes.
oh
I can't
boy.
wait to play out my favorite scenes in the hit movie Minecraft.
That Steve toy looks so cursed.
Yes, I want a sad old man as my warrior hero. Like, okay. To be fair, Steve needed to be the gamer guy, and Jason Momoa could have been Steve. That would have been the better option. It would both of them would be happier in those positions.
Yeah.
So where were we? So Big Chungus and his army, who now decided to attack the village using the potions.
Oh, did we go over the more of the crafting table scene?
Oh yeah, the crafting table. Yeah, it's the autistic kid builds a gun, a potato gun, and
Tater tot gun, yeah.
tater tot gun for some. Yeah, again, who's sponsoring? Is this like Big Potato trying to sponsor the Minecraft movie? Why is there so much potato relevance?
Because it's Idaho.
It's Idaho.
That's Idaho, right? Potatoes and
Okay.
chips and tater tots.
Yeah. And yeah, he randomly builds a cool gun, and Steve is like, "Wow, that's a cool gun. I love it. You know, you're so talented." And then Jason Momoa comes in and is like, "Watch this, kid." So he builds 2 buckets with a chain. I intended to build that. Like it's just an unfunny joke, and it doesn't have really a payoff because he doesn't learn any to craft. He just does it once, I think, in the entire game, entire movie.
Oh, we forgot the part. It was before the Malgosia scene where General Chungus was involved. When Natalie is talking to Steve about like we need a map, uh, Steve is like, you know, your brother, he's got a real gift. You know, he's really creative and all that. And she's like, well, creativity is not popular around the real world. In the real world, people get bullied and all that sort of thing, and I don't want him to be bullied. And fucking Henry is standing right in front of her.
Oh yeah, I forgot
like
about that.
it's like he didn't exist until the camera cut to him because it was only cutting to Steve and her, like shot reverse shot,
Yeah,
and then it just cuts to like Henry who's like right next to Steve.
it reminds me of the Rick and Morty scene where in episode one, I think, where it's like, Rick, you can't take Morty out in space. You know he's special. He's like, and Morty's like, I am. And the dad's like, well, the doy, son. You know, you're always gonna struggle in your life because you're not as smart as the other kid. It's like, what are you saying, Jerry? Are you saying he's an idiot? You remember that scene? So it's like it's the dad.
I think I do. Yeah.
Is Jerry telling Morty that he's mentally deficient? It's like, well, the doy, son. You're never gonna be as smart as every other kid. So I feel like that's what Natalie was telling to Henry. It's like, Henry, you're creative, but you're never gonna live a happy, fulfilling life. He's like, what?
Says the fucking 23-year-old who the 23-year-old who has a perfect suburban house,
Yes,
lives very happily with her brother, and is pitching ideas at a
yes.
fucking factory.
Pitching ideas for, I believe it's a marketing job that she had, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I
So,
think so.
which, if as someone in that field, I can say that it requires a bit of creativity to do the job. So it's kind of hypocritical for her to say like, no, your creativity will never get you anywhere, even though she's working in a creative field. The
Yeah,
the doors, son.
but
Go on.
as we were saying with the crafting table stuff, he makes a tot launcher. Uh, they're just I don't know how the hell Jason Momoa, he makes uh chuck buckets or whatever they're called. Uh, he makes those, but he fails at making a sword. Henry, on the other hand, just immediately knows how to make a perfect tot launcher.
Yes. Don't worry
This is
about it.
his first
it
time using the crafting table.
yeah. Don't worry about it. It's just the story. Just the writers deciding that that's the writers hate Jason Momoa and they want him to suffer. Whatever he does, he fails. He just rolls a nat one everywhere every time.
Yeah, Henry gets to roll like a nat 20 every time.
Yes, and it's funny I say that because uh, it does feel like a role play game. This entire adventure. The characters look like they've been AI, like not AI generated, but like generated by like a random character generation. The plot is extremely basic and boring. Uh, nothing really pushing the boundaries. Like evil villainess, we need to stop her by getting a MacGuffin. So the plot line is essentially your starter adventure for a Dungeons and Dragons game. Uh, then what else was there? The it's a dice roll mechanic where events, skills is irrelevant. It's what the story requires or what you're gonna roll. So yeah, there's a skill check mechanic that Minecraft does. So and there's also apparently a quiz giver. So it's also a role play game in that regard. Uh, so it is that the movie just feels like a D&D game, and with that kind of level of humor, it's like, wow, that random thing just happened. And just like in a lot of the D&D games, you go on this adventure with one goal in mind, like we need to get this map, and then because the DM railrolled you somewhere else, you completely forget about the map because it's irrelevant. It's like, okay, this is too boring. Enemy encounter. You're all guys.
Enemy.
Yeah, enemy encounter. The plot was getting too boring. We're gonna have a battle scene, and so we do. We do get a battle scene. In nothing else happened, right? You got the butt checks and uh, the buck checks, and then we see Chungus attack with the piglets. Or is there anything else I missed of value?
I don't think there was anything else we missed. It's just that Natalie and Dawn are near a villager who's like gonna give them a map. I guess.
That
And
hold yeah, hold on. I'll come back into here. That map is absolutely stealing the screen time for no reason because there's more than one scene about this getting this map that never played out in the end. They as you said, they go to the shop and they can't get the map, right? Then we get the attack, but then later on, I'll skip ahead a little bit. Later on, they're at the pier where the merchant is swimming away on the boat, and then she's like, "I'm gonna build a boat and go after him." And then she doesn't build a boat, and then she's like, "Okay, I guess we won't get the map." And that's the end of the map plot line. Never gets brought up again. Yeah.
yeah,
Anyway, Chungus attacks,
yeah, Chungus attacks. He's like, just give me the orb, man. Because
and
it's really funny.
what does he do? Does he give the orb back?
No, he does not give the orb back.
Again,
Yeah,
all that Chungus needs to say. Did you forget about Dennis, the dog we have on with you?
yeah. He never uses that as leverage or anything like that. And there's no scene where Steve goes like, "Hey, I'll get the orb, okay? Just leave us alone, and then we'll, yeah,
Yeah,
you know, I'll get you the orb." It's like Steve could easily just
yeah,
make the situation so much easier for him and the others.
yes. All they had to do. Again, a lot of these problems would be fixed if Dennis was actually in trouble. We have the stakes, we have the potential betrayal, we have the Chungus being not an idiot, we have Malgosha not being an idiot. But because Dennis is not there, and Jack Black knows that he's not there, even though his character doesn't know, but Jack Black knows he's not there, so he's not doesn't care about Dennis. It's completely yeah. They needed to have Dennis trapped. I feel like that's the easy way to do it.
Yeah, yeah, because I can easily see the writer going like, "Well, the audience knows that Dennis isn't in any danger, so why should we treat it like he's in any danger?"
Yeah. Good question, writer or person pretending to be a writer. Someone's. It's called stakes. It's a concept that you need to have in order to make create tension and progress the plot in an easier, more logical way. Oh God, why is
Yeah,
I don't. Either way, Chungus attacks for no reason, and then we have a fight scene. I remember that the
yeah,
Marvel fight scene.
we have a fight scene. All you guys need to know about the fight scene is that Henry's really great, Natalie's really great, Don's really great. Jason Momoa sucks though.
The Muscle Man is actually not good at combat.
Yeah, the small girl
Yeah.
who's like 23 years old, but looks like she's fucking 16, is able to knock out all these piglins very easily, while Jason Momoa, the big guy, who looks like he's been lifting lots of weights, can't do anything.
Nope, he cannot. He cannot. He's a useless character. Even though he should be the again, if he was a wrestler, it would be a lot more fun to have him like do wrestling stuff, and then maybe gain his confidence like that. But nope, he's just a loser. He's always been a loser, and he's gonna continue to be a loser. Also, we have the side plot where he's trying to rob Steve of his diamonds. That's also another thing that never will never be addressed, but it's there.
What are let's think about this real hard, right?
Hmm.
So you have all these weapons in Minecraft, right? You got the sword, you got the axe. You could use the pickaxe if you wanted to, but it's not recommended. You have the bow and arrow. You have the flint and steel, which you could use to light people up. But
Yeah.
all we see used as a weapon is the sword, pickaxe, and I don't think anything else. The rest is just new stuff like the chuck buckets and the tot launcher.
Yes. They're
When
like
go ahead.
the filmmakers are like, why do we need to use all these things inside the game? We want to make our own stuff. Like it's I don't want to do this boring boomer gaming, arrows and flint and steels and find creative ways of utilizing that. Nah, let's just make up our own gun that doesn't exist in the game and just deal with it like that. Wouldn't that be cool? And so they
It
do.
wasn't cool though. It wasn't cool.
Oh, Oh, I thought it was. I thought everyone was screaming happily with it, like "Tot launcher," right?
No, they won't cheer if it's just a tot launcher. Now, if Jack Black said
Oh,
tot launcher, then everybody would clap and
oh
cheer
yeah.
because
Sorry, I
that's how it
forgot about
works.
that. That's how it works.
Yeah,
Yes.
if
So
it's not said by Jack Black, it's not cheer worthy.
yeah, and they all defeat the Chungus army.
Well, yeah, Steve, Henry, and Jason Momoa are like running away from Natalie and Dawn,
Yes.
and they get the gliders from Steve. Henry and Jason Momoa jump off. They use their gliders, but Jack Black forgot his glider, so he's going to hop on Jason Momoa, and so begins the flying scene.
Oh God,
Your favorite scene, Trend.
it is. It is my favorite scene. Never before have I seen such visual storytelling in my entire career in film. It it's the most. I don't want to be offensive, but it's the most gay thing I've ever seen in a long time. It's the most like I understand like the humor is that there's just like two grown up men like pressing against each other. Like that's the joke of it. But it's because he's also like flamboyant. He has like the pink shirt and the pink jacket, and Steve is also like an old like Papa Bear kind of guy. It just looks like it doesn't belong in this movie. I don't know what about the scene is Minecraft. What about Jason Momoa and Jack Black cuddling each other while they're on the paraglider have to do with crafting and mining? Does it give
I
a
guess
God?
I guess this film also forgot how the gliders are supposed to work in the game. Because it's funny that when this movie was coming out, they had a bunch of mini games that you can play on Minecraft that are based around the movie, and one of these was using the gliders. Uh, when you're using the glider, it is much more difficult than just we just spread out the glider and we're able to glide all across this entire area very easily. The gliders are really hard to use if you're trying to get around canyons and all that sort of thing because the gliders make you go down quicker than you expect, and you got to make sure to it. It's like Batman Arkham, for example, where you're gliding, but you're not going to make it very far unless you dive and then lift up again. You got to dive, lift up, dive, lift up.
So what you're telling me is that I cannot ride on my buddy's back as he's using the glider in the game.
No, because weight would also be a factor to take in, which
I'm
they
being tricked.
completely forget about. Like that scene where Jack Black is climbing on Jason Momoa's ass
Yeah.
is just that should drag down Jason Momoa. Well, his bottom half, anyways. That
Yeah.
should drag him down, and that should make it harder for him to glide. But apparently, Jack Black can just climb up on him without any sort of issue.
Yeah. That's true. That is true. But here's a problem with this scene as well. Is not I don't mind. I don't particularly don't mind that the physics don't work in this movie the way they do in the game. I'm okay with that. Some to an extent, I feel like you could have utilized the mechanics and made it a much more exciting chase than just it working like the way it does. But what it brought up to my attention was also like, why is there this buddy bromance between Jason Momoa and Jack Black?
I have no idea.
Why
I, I
is
just I I just think that they probably thought it was funny.
yeah? I understand that it was funny, but it's this Schwarzenegger. No, I forgot his name. The other actor in Predator, where they go, "You son of a bitch," and they do like the handshake.
Oh, are you talking about Carl Weathers' character,
Yes,
Dylan?
Dylan, you son of a bitch. Like, why do we have this bromance
Dylan.
between uh, Garbage Man and Steve? Like, what unites them? Even though, again, he is blackmailing. Steve to give him diamonds, and yeah, he's a jerk. Jason Momoa has been established to be a jerk, and he's also blackmailing Steve for diamonds. And then they're still acting like they're buddies. And he's like, "I trust you, bro," you know. And then they squish their thighs together against Jack Black's face. And then later on, they're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, we did it." Anyway, where's my diamonds, bitch? Give me your diamonds. Like, I thought you were having a bromance here. What's happening? No, I still care
Oh
about the
yeah.
diamonds. Yeah, it goes nowhere.
I gotta get those diamonds because I need to be. Oh yeah, I guess we did forget to say that in the crafting table scene. There is a scene where Steve and Jason Momoa talk about the fact that Jason Momoa needs diamonds.
Yeah, I need the diamonds. Like for Steve, like, what's a few diamonds gonna hurt? It's not gonna hurt them. He has like full
Yeah,
boatload, and that those diamonds aren't even that valuable in the world of Minecraft. They do the iron, the pickaxe and like they do the equipment, but in terms of monetary value, there's not really much need for them. So he can be like, okay, I'll give you a few. I mean, in fact, we can mine a few as we're going into the adventure. What I'm trying to say is that the whole drama about the diamonds is not as relevant in the plot line, and it never is brought up again.
yeah,
We never see the diamonds being actually used for repaying the debts. We'll get that to the end, but the diamond plus side plot again just dropped just like the map. There's quite a few of these dropped plot lines. But yes, they escape, and they use the bucket as well
yeah,
to land safely among the pandas. There we
yeah.
go.
Because there are pandas. By the way, I just want you guys to know, Trent did not see the finished version of the movie. He saw.
I saw the finished version. Don't worry about it. I saw the high quality version written
Yeah,
by.
those effects definitely looked better when Trent saw them.
Look, when I saw that it was written by To Be Determined, I knew that I'm in for a great movie. That good old To Be Determined. Yes, but either way, it was a beautiful film. You know,
It's very beautiful.
it's a stunning display of what technology can do in the modern
Yeah,
times.
you remember that scene where Dennis looked like red Play-Doh? That was amazing.
Oh yeah. Don't worry. I'm not gonna talk about the graphics too much. It's the aesthetic of Minecraft for that I saw was not the perfect optimal one that they could have done. Everything looks too ugly and would not really entice me to go see the game world. Everything looks hyper realistic, RTX on, Haktui disgusting. Loses all the whimsical charm that they could have had. Like the creeper, even like the one in the picture you can see here that I have is actually quite cute. I wish I had that in my movie. Like a little fuzzball, and because it's such an and it's still like pixelated, so it doesn't look like. Imagine if you had a hyper realistic eyes and like an actual mouth that's not just a black one. It would look Lovecraftian almost, which I don't think you need to have in a children's cartoon, in a children's show.
No.
But yes, either way, where were we? Here, the escape, and now where's the plot taking us next?
Yeah, Dawn and Natalie try to make a boat, and Natalie even says boat magic. And I don't know how Henry or Steve are able to know this much about the world really quickly when they first enter and build all of this stuff, but Natalie is just incapable of doing it, even though she knows how to fight really well. Like I don't understand how this world works. Do you just learn things magically, or
They level up. It's like an RPG
they
game.
love?
Level up and gain a skill. Yeah.
Well, there is sort of. It's not really a level up system. It's more like a meter system that if you fill it up in Minecraft, it goes to another. It levels up to another number, but it doesn't really level up your character. It just it is useful for like enchanting weapons or stuff like that, which we never get in terms of this movie. We never get enchanting tables or anything.
No, but we do have the next scene, which is isn't it? Oh, what was it? Was it the plan? Was it revealed that Jason Momoa is trying to steal dime? Oh, they're going to the minecart. They're going to the next location, which is the mining cave from Steve, isn't it?
I think so. Oh, before they do that though, there is the scene with General Chungus, I believe.
Oh yeah, yeah. Chungus is also there. He's like, "Oh, sorry, I failed. I can try again, though." And they're like, "No, you failed me for the last time," and he gets killed. And now I'm summoning the bigger Chungus.
It's a bigger monster.
It's like,
He's
what's?
really big.
Yeah,
Anyway, so he kills General Chungus, and that's all we see of
yeah.
that hilarious character.
Rest in peace, best character.
Rest in bacon.
Rest in bacon. Mmm, bacon.
Rib.
Rib. Gah.
Rib Chungus.
Rib Chungus. That's true. That's poor Chungus. The only again, I would love if Big Chungus was actually the logical straight man, and his comedy would also be like asking the problems of the plot. He would win me over much more. You know what we said?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's like, why are we not using Dennis? Why are we doing this when we could have done this? It's like
By the
Shax.
way, I don't know how she's gonna be able to get the other piglins to get outside to find Steve because we've already established in the first Chungus scene that Malkosha has this potion that is able to make them not get zombified when they walk out because they get zombified if they walk out and they die.
Hmm.
Uh, but uh, Chungus says, "I don't think there's enough of this to go around," and Malkosha doesn't care, so he doesn't. How does she have enough potions to get the other piglins to go out?
Don't worry about it. She does.
Okay.
The writer gave him the potion, and also, how does she know that? How does she know that he's in the mine? In the mine.
Spies.
That's the easy answer. But because
Yeah.
would be funnier where if she's like, okay, they eluded me, for the last time. They must be going to the location where they can find the Earth crystal. Meanwhile, they're just in the mines. It's like, dang it, where could they be? They're masters of illusion. They eluded my spies. I don't know where I can find them.
If she knows, if she, that would kind of fuck the movie because if she knows that Steve is trying to get another Earth crystal because the first one broke, she wouldn't think that he's betraying her.
Yeah.
But this movie's kind of flip flopping around over what characters think.
What's the power of her spies? Do the spies know that they are separated?
If they are spies from the Nether, what are these spies? They never show these
Yeah,
spies.
because if the spies know that they're separated, they could Malgosha could grab Natalie and Dawn and just use them as leverage. It would be a funny joke. Malgosha's like, you know, he's like, haha, now I have leverage, and if you don't give me the curve cliff, I will kill these two. And they're like, but what about Dennis? What about Dennis?
Oh yeah,
I'm not
oh
even,
yeah.
I lied to you about Dennis.
I don't think we brought this up because I don't know when in the movie they bring this up, but the Nether got talent, not Malgosha's
Oh,
backstory.
oh yeah, another irrelevant thing that wasted time. Go on.
Yeah, you see, there was a Nether got talent, and she had all sorts of dance moves, but the piglins weren't ready for those dance moves, so they all laughed at her, and she's all sad, and her dad is like, "Why are you dancing? I told you you'd get nothing out of it. Anyways, go dig up more gold." And yeah, so
Okay.
Malgosha hates all creativity now.
I thought you were. First of all, Malgosha's got talent. No, never got talent. I thought that's gonna be an actual plot line that will come back to her in the end. Like for some reason, maybe seeing the creativity that the enemy, the kids are displaying or something, brings her back to that thinking that she could be a dancer, or maybe she sees someone dancing, or somehow it's gonna be brought up again. It never is. It never. Same with
No.
her desire for gold is also never brought up. It just mentioned like it just seems like it's a producer's PowerPoint saying we need to have Melgosha give her a tragic backstory. Here you go. She is a bad dancer. That was gonna be the joke. Um, yeah, nothing of value was lost or gained. It's just another pointless sidetrack to give her a character, but it's irrelevant because it's not relevant to their. It's not relevant to her character at all.
No, it's not.
Because what it does, it's meant to be like this is what you would become if you abandon creativity. That's kind of what you would have if you want to have a competent villain. Like you would become a goal desire. And again, if you want Idaho to be reflective of that, you could. You could have like this is such a. Idaho is the worst place to put it in, but if you put it like in a very corporate world where money is very important, then you could have some sort of parallel between the real world and this Minecraft world. But it doesn't do that. So she just wants to dance. It's never brought up again. It's just a funny joke, and it's we're supposed to take their word for it that that's her backstory.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know. Written by to be determined, I suppose, as always. Written by to be determined. Anyway,
How does Steve even know about Malgosha's backstory?
yes, that's a good question as well. How does she know?
Why would she tell him of all people?
He's like, if she could have had him and Steve is like, Steve is like doing something creative, and he's like, no, you cannot have any creativity. It's like, Malgosha, you should try being creative for once. He's like, I had, I was. I tried to express myself once, never again. Generic lines like that. And Steve was
You
like,
see, at the Nether's Got Talent.
she thought it would be funnier if she starts like it's like some tragic tale. It's like, you see, Steve, at Nether's Got Talent, I was primed to become the champion. But then, when I did my dance routine that I put my heart and soul in, I was betrayed by the other piglin who laughed and mocked me. Since that day
that, that,
forward, I'm never gonna
that's
dance again. Go on.
that's something that because Steve says it was during the semifinals, which means she already got past with her dance moves, right?
Are we really looking into the Nether's Got Talent's rule set now?
He said it was in the semifinals. How did they not see her dance moves before?
That's true. That's true. Maybe there was only two contestants. It was Melgosh and her dad.
This plot is so fucking stupid.
In the semifinals, yeah, that's true. In the semi, they liked her enough to put her in the semifinals, so she must have been good enough.
But at the same time, the piglins weren't ready for her dancing. Okay.
If you say so, plot. Yeah. Or the best part is like she comes home with the second place trophy, and the dad is like, "You'll never be a good enough dancer." It's like, "But I got second place." Like, no, I need the gold. I don't want your silver. And
I
that's
need
why.
the gold.
Yeah. So yeah,
Oh, Lord.
useless. Another useless sidetrack. It's again going back to the role play that this is just a D&D campaign. It is like when a DM doesn't have a backstory set up for a character and they just got to wing it. And that's what happened. He just the DM is just winging a backstory. It's like, she's evil because she got second place at That's Got Talent. Yeah, and the player's like, I see. That all makes all sense now. And the DM is like, phew, I did it again. High fives himself.
We we did it, thank God.
Anyway, what's the next scene? Roll for initiative.
Uh, roll for initiative. Yeah, I think it's the mines now
Yeah,
where
yeah.
we get to see all the redstone, and Steve is like, "That's redstone. Powers all sorts of contraptions."
Yeah. But watch out. In these caves, there's a lot of other nasty things here. It's like the Mines of
Yeah,
Moria. I was
he
reminded
set
of
up
Mines of Moria when I saw this scene.
he set up booby traps, and he set up booby traps. Jason Momoa triggers them, of course, because we need. Okay, a serious question:
Yeah,
how durable are these people in the Minecraft world? Because these are normal humans from the normal world.
yeah. It's comedy rules. Don't worry about it.
They, one of them gets exploded by a, well, actually, Jason Momoa gets exploded by a creeper, which is able to blow up stone,
Yeah.
and then you have Jason Momoa getting hit so hard he flings up and
Yes.
basically just lands down, and he's perfectly fine.
Don't worry about it. As I said, it's a comedy movie. The logic, and again, Minecraft is also another logic thing where you punch a tree and it falls apart. So I wouldn't worry too much about it, but it reduces the stakes again significantly because when we see
Yeah,
Jason Momoa getting punched and beaten up all the time, we're like, okay, I guess he just gets punched and beaten up and he's gonna be fine. So we don't need to worry about him getting in danger. He might as well just jump off a cliff. He'll just slap down and he can just tank all of the punches and just walk across the bridge, which we'll get to later. But Mike, they're getting the gold. He's getting the diamonds. Jason Momoa is getting the diamonds, and then they progress. And
oh
bigger
yeah.
chungus. Big. Is there anything else?
Henry goes like, what the heck, man? Why are you taking all these crystals? And Steve goes, I'm sorry, Henry, which is really fucking funny, but uh, and Henry realizes that Jason Momoa was put taking them. Well, Steve was taking them to the diamonds so that Jason Momoa can get the diamonds.
Yes.
Henry is pissed at him, but we'll understand why Jason Momoa did it in a bit.
He's like,
And
Henry's like, I thought you were cool. You're not cool. You're nothing. And then you get
oh god,
Jason Momoa going like a little bit of a whimper and cry. And he goes, "I used to be cool, man. I used to be, you know."
oh we're not at that
Oh,
scene
not
yet,
yet.
not yet.
Oh, god damn it. We'll get to that.
Trend is so confused by the placement of scenes that he doesn't even know which ones are where.
And I'll tell you
It's
why.
the same.
I'll tell you
It's the
why.
same for me.
Yeah, to tell you why, Froggle. Because nothing is happening because of something else. It's just and then and then and then. So you can have these scenes interchangeably, and nothing would have changed. You could have Malgosha's scene anywhere. You could have had the backstory scene anywhere because nothing is happening because of this and this. There's no this happens, therefore this happens, therefore this happens. There's only this happens and then this happens and this happens. So it's all a lot harder to follow the plot because there's no like sequence. There's no sequence of a logical sequence of events. It's just sequence of events, random events. That's why I keep forgetting. Like because that's why I would have it. Like he's grabbing the diamonds, and then you would have Henry say, "You're not cool. You're a scumbag." But no, apparently that's not the scene yet. What is the scene then? He steals the diamonds.
Henry just goes, "What the heck, man?" And he's like, "Did you guys plan this?" Steve is like, "I'm sorry, Henry." And then Jason Momoa is like grabbing all the diamonds, and then Steve smells the piglins, I guess, and he's like, "Oh my god, the piglins are coming after us!" And then they see that the big guy, they finally put the brain in, I guess. Uh, and the big pig guy, it's another chase scene.
Oh no, we just had one. We just had one like
Yeah.
what 20 minutes ago.
No. The monkey brain, okay? Monkey brain sees neuron activation.
Okay, you're activated.
Action.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Minecart ride, just like in
My car.
Indiana Jones, just like
Oh
in
god.
the Goonies.
The one in the one in Temple of Doom is so much better than this.
Yeah.
That actually has tension and lots of fun ways that the mine carts interact with each other.
No,
Uh,
we just run in. We
yeah,
just go in a straight line, but very fast. That's
yeah, we
how.
go. Yeah, because they couldn't bother to use their budget for anything creative in this creative movie.
And again, funny enough that Steve, out of all the people who was trying to make an amusement park, made the most lamest, straightest mine cart ride ever. It just goes forward, and that's it. And also, there's a creeper farm.
I made like on one of the versions of Minecraft that I played, I made like a mine cart that went around the front of my house.
Mhm.
It would like go in a protective oval. They couldn't even do an oval. They couldn't even do any sort of round esque minecart trails
Mhm.
or tracks.
Oh, there could have been done so many cool things, even visually. Have another exciting roller coaster ride. Yeah, even you know, as you said, you build a beautiful minecart around your house and everything. I don't think it would have been difficult to make this ride exciting, but maybe I don't know what limitations they had besides creative and effort. That's the only limitations. Just the imagination is lacking in this one. Um, but they added a bunch of creepers as well that do not explode
Yeah, he has a creeper farm, which I don't know why he would have a creeper farm, but whatever.
for gunpowder, of course. But how he says I have a creeper farm. It doesn't look like a creeper farm. At least I don't know what the creeper farm is.
Yeah,
What's the requirement for a creeper farm? Is just putting a minecart in the cave?
I don't I don't know, man. It's he just has a creeper farm for some reason.
Well, he says he does. He says he has a creeper farm, but nothing indicates that it is a creeper farm. It's just a place where creepers live. But either
Yeah,
way, they don't explode, which they would have if they were in a game. They're just sitting
but
quiet. Yeah, go on.
oh, sorry.
No,
Go
no, go on,
ahead.
go on.
I was just gonna continue on with the
Mm-hmm.
scene.
Go on.
Yeah. So their their minecart slows down because there's not enough redstone unless they go forward some more. Which I don't know why you would build your minecart to where it slows down at a certain area when you have a redstone booster up ahead. I I don't understand the logic. And yeah, so Henry is like, "You got us into this mess, Jason Momoa. So now you're gonna get us out of it." It's just like, why don't you all push the minecart though? You think Jason Momoa is going to push the minecart well enough with a fat man and another person inside the minecart?
It would be funny if Jason does say like, Steve, can you at least climb out? You're most of the challenge of pushing this minecart is you sitting there.
Yeah, if at the very least have Steve push it with Jason Momoa,
Yeah, I
and,
think
because yeah, Henry's a kid. He's not going to be that heavy.
yeah. And again, Henry, is it really the time to bring up this thing? Even though you're around creepers and there's a giant Hulk piglin attacking you. I feel like we can save the judgment thing when you're safe.
Yeah,
You don't need to die for this. It's like
but
I'm never gonna accept your help anymore. I don't care if I die. I'm never gonna help you. It's like I'm sure
I'm
he
never
would.
going to help you guys because I am cool kid. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, they get the minecart to hit the booster. They get in the minecart. They escape. Place blows up because of all the creepers.
Yeah,
I guess Steve isn't going to worry about his entire mining operation completely blown up.
I can build it again. Don't worry. But
He,
the
he,
what brought my attention as well is why does I think you mentioned this before. But why does he have a redstone in the middle of the tracks, in the middle of the creeper farm? Why was there a track missing?
well, yeah, that's what I brought up. I
Yeah.
already said that like why do you have it so that the cart slows down at a certain point unless you push it towards the redstone boost? Why didn't you just have two redstone boosts that make you keep going forward?
Yes, in the middle of the creeper farm. That's what I was kind of thought about it when you mentioned that. You should have this so securely safe. You wouldn't have a minecart in the middle of the creeper farm in the to begin with.
Yeah,
Because what are you how are you farming these creepers? But you climb out in the middle of the creeper farm and just start killing them? That's not how you do it. I'm pretty sure that isn't. Because they all explode as we saw in the movie. So yeah. nonsensical scene. Anyway, they escape. Big
Yeah,
explosion.
that should just be the start of everything. Anyways, they escape.
Yeah. Anyways, what adventure comes next? Is it the girls finding Dennis?
No, that I think that comes after this scene where
Okay.
they're walking along and Henry is like, "What the heck, Jason Momoa? You made us go over to those diamonds instead of having us meet up with Don and Natalie. We could have been with them by now," which is not true
Yep.
because Natalie and Don find them at the Woodland Mansion like after they already did their quest there. So technically, this wasn't that bad of bad of a detour.
It wasn't.
Uh,
It took. It looked like it
but
took 20 minutes to go there and back.
yeah, but then Jason was like, "My life sucks, kid. I need them. I need the money I need the money in order to, get my life back together. I don't have any friends." And then Henry goes, "You had a friend. I was your friend." And then Henry walks off angry. It's like, well, dude, he's trying to get his life back together. You're gonna fucking blame him for trying to get his life back together?
Again, it would be much better if it was Boogie instead of Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
It would have been a
I
hundred
want to
times.
die. I want to die. I'm in so much pain. I'm in so much pain. Help me, help me, help me.
He basically has these scenes in, as I said, the storage wars scene. He's also does. I'm so much pain. I'm gonna die, and they're like, "Let's leave this loser alone." And now he has to do it again. He's like, "I'm a loser. I have no one. I have no friends. I have no money. I need the money, man. I need." Like the worst he could have done is
Have
just
you
go,
have you ever heard of the colloquialism?
"Yeah, yeah. Have you heard the colloquialism? I have cancer." Yeah, that would be much better, Jason Momoa. Much better, Garrett the
Oh,
Garbage Man.
dude, I would pay to watch that so many times. Boogie in the Minecraft movie.
Yeah, Boogie in the Minecraft movie. He's like, "I wanna die," and then he becomes a Giga Chad, or doesn't.
Malgosha twitted my temples.
Malgosha twisted my dimples. Yeah. Even Rings of Redemption could have had this job. I'm happy with
Oh
both.
yeah,
It just needed a nerd with
dude.
no
Go ahead.
a nerd with no morals. That's what we need, not Jason Momoa.
Yeah, while Boogie is crying and all that sort of thing, Wings can just throw his controller at Malgosha so hard it breaks her skull.
Yeah, Malgosha. Because yeah, it would be like I was for some reason I was thinking about I called a Boogie movie, and Boogie's played by Jason Momoa, and you just have all the scenes from the documentary, but instead of Boogie, it's Jason Momoa.
Oh no.
Because that's how it feels. Like you have this fat loser nerd, but he's a handsome, basically, what you call it, not a just a Hollywood actor, just a hunky Hollywood actor, and he has to be like, "No, I'm a loser. No one likes me." It just doesn't fit. Stylistically doesn't fit, and yeah, he has no. He has done already a few heroic things, didn't he? Or am I just imagining it? Fargo
What?
has
Jason Momoa?
has Garrett the Garbage Man did anything heroic through this movie and up until this point?
No, he doesn't do anything heroic
Okay,
until like one of his last scenes.
I think he only had one heroic scene. Oh God. Okay, never mind then. I retract my statement. Nothing of value. Anyway, go on. Where were we? The girls. They find Dennis.
Yeah.
Wait, oh, as you hold on. This Henry being mad at Garrett, Jason Momoa. This is what we call a second act low point, where the party's falling apart. Everywhere, everything's ruined. The friendships are everyone's split apart. This is where you would end the Lord of the Rings. It's like the Fellowship of the Ring. The ending is like we need to continue on, even though everything is fallen. So yeah, now we cut to the next side of the story, which is Dawn and Nicole. Natalie,
Nicole.
same thing,
Nicole.
same thing, whatever. Dawn and Nicole,
Yeah.
and they're like, we're lost. Who's gonna help us? We don't have the map that we promised to get that would have helped us find the location.
As
What
they're
map?
like beating zombies and skeletons really easily.
Yeah, yeah, it's so easy now. After one night, yeah, now they're experts at it. Again,
Yeah.
leveled up. They leveled up.
Except for Jason Momoa.
Oh yeah, he doesn't level up. Well, he has leveled up, but he's just not wanting all the time.
He's only at level 3.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what level he is. He keeps rolling natural one. That's all his plot line.
Yeah.
God,
And yeah, Natalie's just talking about, oh, my brother, I want to save my brother because
my
I promised my
brother.
mother that I would save my brother. What did
Well,
you say about my brother?
about my brother. I'm lost in Minecraft with my brother. I need to find my brother. Dennis will help you find my brother.
I've always wanted a brother, but I still remember my mother.
Yes, so Dennis shows up, and he wasn't kept prisoner by Lagosha.
Yeah. Yeah. Dennis is like feral, apparently. He's
Why?
just gone feral for some reason.
Because he lost his collar. I think that was the point. But he was there for the entire film, following them, didn't he?
Yeah, he was following him. He wasn't feral.
So why is he feral now?
I have no idea. he's just, he's just feral now.
Okay, and then
And yeah,
finally, we have a character who finally utilized her skills in any kind of meaningful way by trying to tame, which again is super easy. You just give it a bone. Anyone could have done it. You don't need to be a mobile zoo owner.
yeah, fucking Steve the office worker was able to do this.
Yeah. So again, her being a zoo worker has no impact on anything.
Also, yeah, they just completely got rid of the rule of dogs in Minecraft or wolves or whatever. Is that they're completely chill around you unless you hit them. But you can always feed them a bone, but you need to feed them more bones in case that it doesn't work. But I don't think these people actually paid attention to how Minecraft works.
I don't think they even installed Minecraft on their computer when they were writing this. They just looked at screenshots and go, "Okay, I got it. I got the gist of it."
Yeah,
Then
and yeah, so the, after their little discussion and taming Dennis, we then get back to uh J- Jack Black, Steve, and Jason Momoa and Henry. They make it to the Woodland Mansion. Steve made a little model for the guys to understand. Uh, but Henry gets angry because Jason Momoa isn't paying attention. Jason Momoa gives Henry back the orb that I guess he stole at one point. I don't know.
okay,
And then Henry is like, "You are the worst person in the entire world." Man,
Uh,
I'm kind of longing for the Sonic 3 dialogue.
yeah,
It's better than this shit.
told you. It's Sonic is a masterpiece compared to this. Sonic is still the top one of the top video game movies. Still holding a Minecraft does not hold a candle. But besides that, what was I gonna say about that particular? Oh yeah, I'm getting sick of this planning scene. Why do we need this planning scene?
Well, to establish how they're going to get into the Woodland Mansion, I guess.
They can say, "I got a plan," but we'll need a diversion, and then we can see, cut to the scene and see what the plan is. Because the only reason why you give a plan in heist movies anyway, you give a plan because you know it's not going to work out. So the plan is normally elaborate. It's elaborate enough where we need to know all the information, and then we see where the things starting to fall apart. That's normally in movies how you do it. But in this one, they're like, we're gonna cause a diversion and you're gonna sneak past. That's it. That's the plan. So we don't need a planning scene for this. This is super duper like basic level plan.
Yeah,
Imagine if,
and
if Simba and Timon and Pumbaa were like drawing a map of how they can avoid the hyenas. Like, here's the map. I made this map for our super plan. No, it just means Jason Momoa and Steve need to go do a distraction, and then Henry sneaks in and gets the orb. Bing bang bong. Simple. But no. Anyway, where were we?
we're so close to the climax.
I know
We're so close.
we're getting there. We're getting there.
Our
So,
energy has just been deleted after
oh
we've
no,
been.
I'm waiting for the best part about this movie.
Oh boy.
To be fair,
Uh,
we can skip the finale very quickly, just like Marvel-esque Arcane season 2 battle scene. But we still need to do this.
yeah.
We still need to do this part, which is them sneaking into the fortress where the Earth crystal is? Question mark.
Yeah, so the Steve and Jason Momoa do a distraction on the Vindicators, or as we should call them, the Vindicators.
Vindicators.
Uh, then Henry makes it to the chess place. We're not even going to talk about the fact that he was spotted by the Vindicators. He escapes them, and they don't at all try to barge down the door that Henry hid behind, even though their axes can go through it. Whatever. Uh, and yeah, once that happens, Henry looks around for the Earth crystal, only to find that, oh my God, there's an Enderman, and Steve told Henry in the plan that if he looks in the Enderman's eyes, it'll fry his brain. And what is the first fucking thing Henry does when he knows there's an Enderman? He looks it straight into its eyes.
Yes. Before we go to that scene, one thing I want to mention is you see Henry searching for the Earth crystal, right?
Yeah.
He pulls out every single drawer in every single shelf except the one in the square in the middle of the room with like lights shining upon it. Like, this is the first one he would have probably checked. That one looks more important than the everywhere else, but no, he's like, I'm gonna go to every single drawer and leave that one for last, even though I'm in a hurry, and I should prioritize certain things.
Also, why do the Vindicators have an Enderman on that floor?
Good question.
Did they tame it? In which case, how the fuck did they tame an Enderman?
Good question. But
For another time.
a question for another time. But yes, he looks into the eyes of the Enderman, and what does he see in those eyes?
He sees his worst fears, everyone calling him a loser.
So something Jason Momoa has in common as well.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of people going like, "Your imagination, shit, man. This journal's trash or whatever." They say the most basic stuff. It's nothing to actually go home about in terms of writing.
Yeah. But what the
And
amusing thing about it is that, again, he says like he gets one instance where he somewhat gets bullied, but it wasn't even that much of a bullying. We never really see him struggling with that creativity, besides like a most generic, oh, draw with the banana properly, and that's it. And then it's like, I'm gonna give up on creativity. There was never like proper trauma for him to have this kind of reaction. So yeah, writers decided that he has this insecurity.
yeah,
And
and go ahead.
luckily the writers told us by using Jack Black, Jason Momoa, and the others saying, "You're not perfect. You're terrible. Your creativity is garbage." But yeah, how does he overcome that? After this adventure that he went on, he should know how to defeat this kind of fear.
Yeah, he just it's really important that we say this. He gets over his fear by getting over his fear.
Ah,
Uh, he just decides, oh, I'm free from the Enderman's control now. All right, then to hack and slash until it dies.
Great. That's what I want for my storytelling when a character's emotional trauma is just completely solved by combat? Question mark.
Yeah, because Steve says I almost died fighting an Enderman for the Ender Pearl. And what happens? Oh yeah, Henry just wildly slashes until it dies.
This doesn't seem like a very tough enemy for Henry to defeat.
Oh yeah, the toughest enemy. Thanos ain't got nothing on this. Sauron, well, who's that? I don't know anything about Sauron.
Yeah. And then no, but we actually Enderman is not the toughest enemy. There's a tougher enemy that uh, Jason Momoa is gonna face. A
Oh
much
god.
stronger enemy, much more powerful enemy that everyone fears more than anything, more than Magosha. Or who's that?
Yeah, chicken jockey.
Yes, it is the famous chicken jockey who completely annihilates and destroys Jason Momoa, who has already been destroyed by everything else. So why does it matter that chicken jockey is defeating him?
Because it's a chicken jockey.
Yes, and everyone went crazy when they saw chicken jockey.
Yeah. Everybody went crazy. I remember in my theater, everyone clapped and cheered at it. The police had to come in to arrest everyone, and they decided to do a fucking civil war in the theater room. It was crazy stuff, man.
I was
Crazy stuff.
I was crying when I heard that line, but not for not for those reasons. I was like, that's such a generic thing to do. Just might as well not have it at all. But hey, they did the chicken jockey. It was funny. Everyone laughed, but it was still slapstick comedy that if it wasn't for the meme, no one would have cared. But then they escape. Not how does Jason Momoa overcome this challenge? Because it must be correlated to his internal struggle, right?
Probably.
Great. I love this. I love this
It's,
kind of. Go on.
no, I wasn't gonna say anything. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, okay. Nothing. He just. Actually, I forgot how he defeat. Does he even defeat him?
No, he doesn't defeat the chicken jockey. Jack Black comes in and headbutts it once he gets free of the rope tying him
Okay.
to the ring.
So still no victory for poor Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
Still no victory. Still on the
eh,
losing streak. Still not one. Even for a chicken jockey.
yeah, and Henry disappears from the roof because he used the axe to get his way down, I guess.
Yes.
Uh, and it's funny because Henry has the Earth crystal in his hand, and Jack Black is like, "Do you have the Earth crystal? Look down, you fucking idiot!
All
It's
right.
right there."
Yeah, we saw that. I remember that scene. Do you have the? It's for the people who are watching this on the second monitor, who are not paying attention. Like he comes in with the Earth
Yeah,
crystals. Like, do you have it? There we go. Ah, there's the Earth crystal.
yeah. That sounds like a small joke they could have made, where he's like, "Do you have the Earth crystal?" And then he looks down, and he's like, "Oh,
Okay, let's go. That's it. All you have to do.
yeah."
That's all they had to do is just say, "Oh, great, you have the Earth crystal. Let's bounce," and then they run off.
And I guess the Vindicators aren't gonna do anything about it. I guess.
No, who? That's the real question. Vindig,
Yeah,
what? Yeah,
yeah. Then they make it to the bridge
they
that
could.
led them to the Woodland Mansion, and Malgosha's there, and Malgosha's like, "Haha! I will now take your Earth Crystal and Orb." And so Malgosha uses her staff to bring them both, to bring it into her staff, and it's like, why didn't you do that when Steve was escaping with the Earth Crystal and Orb?
Don't worry about it. It was all part of my plan.
Oh boy.
It was all part of my plan, my genius plan to take over the world and get the gold.
Wait, did we even mention why the Earth crystal was destroyed in the first place?
No, didn't just Jason Momoa just dropped it?
A
Did he?
skeleton hit it with an arrow, and the
Yes.
Earth crystal shattered, and it was just the orb.
Great. Again, almost irrelevant that they lost the crystal. It just means they couldn't get back home. That's it. But that could have been done in millions of other ways. But it's a MacGuffin. It's a little MacGuffin that progresses the plot in some way. But now, again, like Malgosha could have just been like, I just want to. They can find the crystal, but then I'll steal it from them. That's all part of my plan. Much easier, but because no one knew exactly what her plan is, we just know that she needs the crystal for some reason. And there we go, and she does it. She gets the crystal, and now everyone has to team up, right?
Yeah, well, first they have a little fight on the bridge. The
Oh yeah, forgot
big
about
ones
that
have
one.
TNT, and Jason Momoa throws Henry on one of the gassed air, one of the gas platforms. It's a platform that's under a gas, I guess.
Yes.
Uh, and then Steve says slime cube, and slime cubes all over the gas. Uh,
Sorry. Yes, you're right. He does say that. He does say
yes, he
slime
does.
cube and throws it and then jumps on it. And then Jason Momoa jumps
Yeah.
after him, right?
No,
Oh,
Jason Momoa stays behind and
why?
goes like, "I'm gonna fight you guys." And Jason Momoa, this is his big heroic sacrifice.
Fine. But considering his track record, I don't think he's going to have a good chance of being a hero.
No, no, he knows how to fight now.
Oh, does he? Okay. Phew.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I was worried for a second.
I was worried for a second, but it worked out at the end.
Yeah, great.
God fucking damn this movie.
I'm glad that he somehow managed to unlock his Sharingan or something. Yeah, now
Yeah,
he's a real Giga Chad and finally fighting for people he cares about for some reason.
it's funny because in the finished version of the movie, there's like a little. If you look close enough, right before the explosion, Jason Momoa dives off the bridge.
Yes.
But you watched the unfinished version, which just had Jason Momoa running towards them, and then the bridge explodes.
No, I watched the movie as intended through the all the legal means. Don't worry. But yes, it was he just runs heroic. I didn't even see like why couldn't he jump or why couldn't he. I guess it's a stupid question, I suppose. Yeah, he just runs for the enemies and might as well do. Like, why wouldn't he just jump? Sorry, run across and attack them and just run past them because he's gonna get slapsticked anyway. So you might as well just like tank the hits and run. He has done it so far. Might as well continue. Um, but either way, he survive. He dies. He dies. He doesn't survive, right?
Yeah, he's totally dead,
He's
guys. He's
dead.
totally dead.
And we have a sad moment. We have no, whatever your name is, garbage man. We miss you.
Garrett, no.
Garrett, no, you were my best friend. Think about the times we had. And then it flashbacks to all the good times that they had, like the pizza scene, him stealing the knife.
Trend. I was looking at the Minecraft poster that you have on right now,
Yeah,
and look at the fucking power stance Henry has.
yeah. Goodbye, sweet prince.
He looks like he doesn't even know he's in the film.
He thought he was in the Avengers finally.
You thought he was the new Spider-Man.
He
Little
thought,
did he know.
little did he know, he thought he was the next Thor. He's cheap Thor. So he's like, finally, I can leave the shitty DC universe to join the real universe. And then he just finds out that he's in Minecraft. He's like, God damn it, I'm gonna fire my
God.
agent.
Well, he got his money's worth, I guess.
Did he? Imagine Jason Momoa is still getting the nat one in outside of the movie, and he's like, "Your bank account was robbed by hackers." It's like, God damn it, I have no
Oh,
money. He
oh
has to do another film.
no.
He has to do another Minecraft movie to pay off the debts. Oh,
Yeah, and Yeah, so they have a big sad, and then they get knocked out. I don't remember how. I think they just fell off the gas. Uh, and then they're found by Dennis, Don, and Natalie.
Oh yes, they're in the movie too. I forgot about them.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, Steve is happy to see Dennis. And everyone's happy, but oh no, they lost Jason Momoa. How sad.
Anyway,
Anyway, yeah. Anyway, so
it's just his
the
corpse just floating around like across them. It's like, should we pick him up? It's like, no, he has no. He didn't have any items on him. Never mind. He just floats away.
oh boy.
Anyway, where were we? Malgosha.
Yeah.
What is she up
Yeah,
to?
Malgosha has the orb. She made this big fucking portal real fast. And she uses the orb to shoot up a sky beam. You remember sky beams, Trent? They're still a thing.
I thought they
They're
ended
still
in
a thing in
2009
these.
or something. Why do we still have
What?
them?
What?
I thought we finished them. At least I thought they were like 2010 or something like that. Like the last
Oh, dude, Skybeam still went a long way. They were even in 2016 Suicide Squad.
classic sky beams. In the movie business, or especially in the marketing, we have a saying: "Can't resolve it, dissolve it," and that usually means just use the fade effect all the time, so it just becomes like a meme. So I feel like in the writing world, the sky beam is like can't resolve it, sky beam it.
Yeah, Skybeam it.
Easy. Anyway, sky beam. It
Yeah, Skybeam, Malgosha is being evil, and the Piglins are about to destroy the overworld. Even though I thought this was all about gold, but whatever.
Yes.
Uh,
Also, you forgot the most crucial part of the plot. We both
hmm.
forgot. The villager and the teacher are dating at the same time. The principal.
I completely forgot to mention that
Yeah. He
because
will.
yeah,
God.
we we mentioned that the villager came into the real world. Well, he got hit by Principal Lady's car, and the villager and her go on a dinner date, and all that happens is like, "Oh my god, you're so funny," and the villager goes, "Huh," and that's about it for that scene.
Anyway, back to the
Also,
end of the world scenario.
also, I don't know how Dennis and the villager were able to roam around the real world without people going like, "What the fuck is that?"
It's Idaho, so it's fine.
It's Idaho, so they're okay with this shit.
Yes, it's Idaho, so obviously it's fine.
Yeah, yeah, I remember walking along Idaho, and then all of a sudden there was a cube-shaped man with a big nose just wandering around. It's just normal in Idaho.
Yeah, I assume so. As someone who just saw this movie, I can believe it. So anyway, back to the end of the world scene.
Yep.
Do we need to do we need
Yeah.
to talk too much about it? It's just a Marvel fight scene, end game
Well,
fight scene.
you have to talk about the line that Steve says to prepare all the other
Oh
people.
God, I don't want to.
First we mine, then we craft. Let's Minecraft.
Ugh, no wonder this was written by To Be Determined.
They
But
didn't know which writer to blame yet.
he's like they're drawing the short straw. Like who's gonna be the writer for this one? Who's gonna take the blame? And they're like, no, not me, not me. They're still
All
fighting.
right, it looks like it's you, Jeffrey. Fuck.
Yeah, again. They they
Again.
they don't know who to put in. They just put Jason Momoa.
Jesus.
He's like, it's already a shitty character. Might as well just put him in as writer. Then he can get blamed for this.
What the hell, man? I didn't expect this to happen. Oh boy.
Yeah, let's mine
And
and craft. Let's Minecraft.
I cringed into a fucking ball when I heard that.
and then the music kicks in and goes, "Creeper." Oh yeah,
Isn't it? Oh man.
same thing. Whatever. Out of
Uh,
out of date
yes.
Minecraft song by Living Tombstone.
So yeah, Don blows up skeletons, uses the bones to feed the dogs. Henry and Natalie are going to fight the piglins to get to the Earth crystal, whatever, or orb. And in order to do that, they made a bunch of iron golems. One of them has the speed boots that were in Steve's weapon stash,
Yes.
whatever. And they have a big fight with the piglins. Steve somehow gets on the portal without any of the piglins fucking noticing, and Steve looks fucking ridiculous in his diamond armor.
I forgot about that. Yes, he does.
Uh,
As I
and
saw, as I
they
hold on, as I saw it in the official version of Minecraft movie, he looked absolutely stunning.
were you reading that off of somewhere?
No, no, I was, I was gun to my head.
Oh
No, I was just saying, like, I'm pretty sure that the one I saw was like even worse Minecraft version, like diamond armor. But anyway, he was. Sorry, I distracted you from your train of thought. Go on. Where were we?
yeah. So the they have a big fight. Steve and Malgosha have a big fight. It looks like they're about to lose, but then Don comes in with a bunch of wolves. That then Henry uses the Ender Pearl that he got from the Enderman to go to the orb, and once he does that, he grabs it. It destroys the portal, I guess, and he drops a very far height. Jason
Mhm.
Momoa comes in and saves him, and that's about fucking it. Uh, and Malgosha tells Steve, you think your creativity will last forever? You'll be shunned or whatever the fuck. Remember when this character had a backstory? Well, whatever. She's gonna die now. Uh,
I kind of like that.
and
Not gonna lie, I did like a little bit of that joke where she's like, "Come here, Steve. I have something to tell you. Is it a knife? Are you gonna pull a knife out on me? No, I would never do that. Come, Steve, come." And then he comes in and he's like knocks the knife out, and then he's like,
yeah, she
"Okay,
tries to stab him, and he not. It was a funny joke until they did it like three other times.
yeah." 2 times would have been perfect, I think.
Yeah, two more times.
Anywho, so they saved. Thank you, thanks to the Minecraft squad. Or was there
Yeah,
anything else?
the Avenge Craft.
The Team Minecraft. Yes.
Mind Vengeance.
The Mind Avengers.
Da, 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 da.
Jason Momoa will be back.
I'm sure they did that at the end. It's like, oh my god.
Jason Momoa will be back in Minecraft too.
He'll be back in Avengers Doomsday.
No, would you prefer it to be Jason Momoa or Gary the Garbage Man will be back in Endgame?
Oh fuck yeah. Jack Black will be back.
What about Steve? What about Steve? It's all about
Da-da-da-da-da.
yeah. It's all about Jason Momoa.
Yeah. And yeah, so they go back to the blue portal, the one that leads them to the real world, and they they have a talk with Steve, and they're like, "Hey, Steve, you sure you don't want to come with us? There's a lot of things you could do in the real world." And Steve's like, "No, it's fine." And then he thinks, "Screw it, I'm gonna come with you guys." Oh yeah, I forgot. There's a song he says to Dennis before they leave.
Dennis, you're gonna be the man of the house now.
Yeah. Anyways, so uh, what's the lesson of this Minecraft movie? Ditch Minecraft. Be in the real world, you fucking losers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you want to be like these guys? I don't think so. Don't play Minecraft. Give up on your dream. Go live out your dreams in the real world, not in the game world.
But what if I can't build like a really large castle in Minecraft? What if I can't do it in the real world? Well, I guess fuck you.
Well, kid.
Build it in the real world.
Well, kid. Luckily, you're not in the real world. You're in Idaho.
You're an idol where all dreams come true.
Yes, as we will find out now that they exited the Minecraft world.
Yeah, and then Steve has his big narration.
To sum it all up,
Yep, Garrett got his business back in shape ever since he got those crystals to the people whoever he gave it to. It, and he and his new friends Henry, Don, Natalie, and Steve made their own video game. Uh,
on the arcade
where
machine, I hit their own arcade machine that went crazy and everyone wanted it.
yeah, because everybody still plays arcade machines, right?
Yes, apparently it's the talk of the town. Idaho is crazy for it.
Oh yeah, I don't need something to do, man.
And also,
Uh,
Henry built his jetpack.
yeah, he got the jetpack to work, and then Natalie somehow got the budget to make her own fucking self defense class.
When the,
Uh,
okay, go on.
Go ahead.
No, I was like, when did we ever establish that she would have it? She knew martial arts.
Well, dude, did you not see her? She kicked butt
I know she kicked
in the
butt.
Minecraft movie.
I know she kicked butt. But even though I kick butt in the Minecraft, you don't necessarily want to go automatically go to I'm gonna do MMA. I'm gonna do martial arts. That's not how a character progresses. But okay, I guess
No,
she does.
Trent, you have to understand they had nothing to add to her character, so they were like, "Fuck it." She teaches self defense now.
She became a stock trader. I was like, what? Oh, just you might as well be like. There's no difference.
It'd be like if you saw the entire movie, and then at the end of the movie they go, "Don ruled the entire world." Wait, what?
Don Don became the president of Idaho.
The president of Idaho.
Yeah, everyone voted for her policies on mining and crafting. And Steve,
Her slogan: "First we mine, then we craft. Let's Minecraft.
her slogan is "Let's craft a better Idaho."
Make Minecraft great again."
No, she got a llama or a sheep, I think. One of the from the world
Yeah,
Minecraft world.
yeah. So she ditched her real estate job to start working at a zoo. It's like, okay.
You don't see my. I know it's just my icon, but right now I'm doing like the hand gestures, like yeah, sure, why not? Like
Sure.
I know it's
Fuck
just
it.
it's that sort of hand submissive hand wave. That's what I'm doing right now when you were saying that. She ditched her real estate job to fulfill her dream of owning a zoo, but only with Minecraft creatures. That also became the talk of the town of Idaho.
Yeah, and Steve sings another song because we all wanted Steve to sing another song, right?
Of course.
Down in the mines all of the time, laughing.
Creeper. Oh man. No, he doesn't sing that. The lyrics of the
Yeah,
songs are also garbage. No.
and then the film ends, except it doesn't because Matt Berry as a fucking villager.
Oh yeah. What do they do?
Yeah.
What do they do? They do
So,
a.
principal lady is like feeding the villagers some food, and then what's his fucking name? Clemente, the teacher at the school that let Henry build the jetpack. He comes in and he's like, "Are you serious? Are you're ditching me for this guy?" And she's like, "You had your chance, Clemente." And then the villager goes, "She's right, Clemente. And now I will reap the reward."
You're a cuck,
Uh,
Clemente.
you're
I'm the.
Clemente.
I drew myself as the Chad and you as the soy jack. You cannot defeat
Therefore,
me.
I will win any argument you throw at me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know the language of love, and that's what's stronger than anything. And also, you
Yeah, he
learned to do the villager, right, girl?
he's like, I was struck by love so powerful that that I fucking
Learn English.
passed the barrier.
Yeah,
Yeah, I learned English. I passed the barriers of conventional speech or whatever the fuck he said.
sure.
Uh, and now I speak human and she speaks villager. It was,
Ragged said he's been block maxing. It's a good one. It's a good one, Ragged. Uh, he's been block maxing. He's been blued. No, I don't know how to say it. No, block maxing is good. But yes, he drew himself as the Chad and the guy as the cuck. And the happy
Guys,
ending.
we need to have the Virgin Clemente versus the Chad villager.
Yeah. Poor Clemente and the villager live happily ever after. The end.
Yeah, and that's the film. No other end credits. What? Steve met Alex? Fuck you. I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah. Steve dies from a heart attack, and now it's all about Alex, and it's actually a good movie. That's the movie I want to see. Minecraft 2 is actually good now. Yeah. The end. So, how would
Yeah,
you rate this amazing adventure?
like a 2 or 3.
Wow. What's the 2 and the 3 for?
You know, never mind. It's a 2.
What's the extra 1 point for?
There were like 2 jokes that made me smile. Jack Black was at least entertaining
Was he?
in some ways, not the good ways, but in
Oh
some
no.
ways.
I feel like the more time I see Jack Black on screen right now, I'm getting angrier and angrier every time. My Arnold
Blood
fist is
boiling.
shaking. Yeah, blood boiling, Arnold fist shaking every time I see him because I'm like, I'm not gonna get anything good, am I? I'm just gonna get garbage. Like Kung Fu Panda, he did well. Everything else is just recently. Ever since he became a character in Star Wars, I was shaking my fist at everything he does. He's just given up and he's just having fun, which is again good, but I don't know. I kind of I wouldn't give him a point for this acting. Feels like he's just being himself. But anyway, what else was there to mention? Anything you want to see in the sequel, Froggo? That's the question.
Uh, I want to see Henry die. I want to see Natalie die. I want to see Dawn die. Garrett and Steve get to go on adventures together with their new friend Alex. And there you go.
Great. Oh, great, great, great. I loved it. I love this movie for all the wrong reasons. No, I'm joking. I don't love it. It's not so bad as good. It's not so bad as good. I was gonna say like, oh, it's so bad it's good. Ooh, but no, it's not really. It's bad. It's not. It's bad. It's bad, and nothing of this is. The problem is the reason why it's really bad, Frago, is the fact that it's earning like $1 billion, and that's just gonna send the wrong message to again other cartoons and other kid shows, and they deserve more. They deserve better than this. Imagine not being able to do a good Minecraft movie. It's a sin.
I swear to God, if I see the trailer for the Legend of Zelda movie and they go, Triforce, Master Sword, Link, I'm gonna fucking strangle somebody.
It's,
I'm gonna...
it's gonna be Navi flies in and goes, "Hey, listen," and Link will go, "Come on, Navi, that's really annoying. I'm sure it's gonna bother everyone if you say it a million times."
Oh no, no, no! They could do that. They could fucking do that.
What other The Legend of Zelda memes are they? Oh yeah, if I run sideways, I'm gonna run faster. And, oh, there's gonna be a lot of screaming, and Navi's gonna be like, "Why are you always screaming when you're attacking?" It's also getting a little bit annoying.
Oh
Just
god, you're
constantly,
affecting me with possible future cringe.
who are you? I am Link.
Ew.
Down, 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 down. And then it's like, you must fulfill your prophecy, Link. But I don't want to fulfill my prophecy. That sounds like a call to adventure to me. He's like, yes, Link, you must go on this adventure. But I don't wanna. I wanna chill out at home and play the Nintendo DS. But it
No,
would be like
it could be he hangs out with certain either Highlands or Kokiri, and as he's hanging out with them, they're like, "You'll never be worth anything," and he's like, "Oh man, are they right? I want to be worth something. I want to be somebody," and then he becomes the hero of Hyrule.
where can we put Jack Black into this Legend of Zelda story? Can he be Navi? Can he be Ganondorf? I feel like he could be
Oh
Ganondorf.
God, Jack Black is Nami.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you what to do now. Look, that's a
You know,
rupee.
fucking the movie's probably doomed at this point. Just have Wings of Redemption play Navi. Look here, look, listen.
Look. Oh, that would be great if we never see Navi speak. She's just a ball like in the game, and you just replace her
Yeah,
voice line with just Wings of Redemption doing "Look, listen, look." Oh, that'd be funny.
look here, look, listen.
Yeah. Oh, so you're not looking forward to it. Now, here's some exercises for you, Froggo.
Yeah.
Time to spin your brain and tell me, how would you done the Minecraft movie? How would you start it?
Oh God, I would need to think about that.
Well, as you do, go on.
I like I said, I guess we could just start it with like Steve wakes up in the Minecraft world and we don't get much about how he got there until like later on in the story, but what's most important is him trying to figure out how to survive in this world. And yeah, the later in the story we can eventually have him meet Alex and the two can form a friendship together and start living their lives, building stuff, making a an active community, I guess. I don't know. It'd be hard to do, but
Yeah,
you could do it.
your start is very good. I actually started a little bit of building of the Minecraft world, the Minecraft movie storyline. As you mentioned, I don't want Steve to be doing all that yearning for the mines. I like the idea of him accidentally jumping into the world, like getting isekai'd. And I would
Easy
definitely,
guide.
yeah, he's getting isekai'd into the Minecraft world, and he wants to find a way out. Yeah, I do a little map here. So I would want to stay with him for the first night and let you experience everything that every player experiences, like dirt house, maybe he's hiding away and so on. But we already have a conflict. He's not there on his own will. He is trapped there, and tries to find a way out. So you have the first night, and then after the night comes off and everything, all the enemies burn down. Now he has to go on an adventure to find his way home. Simple plot line, right? So we have the conflict, and we have established a want, and that's it. That's your prologue, and now we have the opening titles, and then we cut to 20 years later. Not even adult Steve. This was kid Steve in my mind. And then you can have the rest of the plot. And I also put a segment where you could have, because he wants to get back home, he finds another portal, thinks that it's his way home, activates it releases the piglins into the world. And then the plot can just continue from that point on. He gets a new character, he comes and tries to save the day, needs the help of the other people, and he finds a way home, finally, after so many years. And maybe he doesn't even take that way home. Maybe he stays, decides that this is his home because he's been 20 years and everyone forgot about him. Bing Bang Bong fix the Minecraft movie. What do you think, Froggo? Oscar or not Oscar?
It just depends on how you execute it.
Yeah. This is how I would see it. I made a little chart because everyone experiences the first night in Minecraft the same, very similar way. I never seen a let's play. Never seen a let's play where it doesn't begin like that. It's like, wow, I'm in the Minecraft. He looks around, and then night comes around, and then he hides in the dirt, and then he builds the first house. And that's what I want to brought up with this movie. After we, nothing in this movie really utilized the world of Minecraft the way you experience it in the game, which is a huge disappointment. It's a huge disappointment, uh, which they could have done, but they clearly didn't. Because why would they? Because it's going to earn $1 billion anyway, regardless of what they do, which is a disappointing
Yeah.
state of affairs. And they're going to keep doing it and doing it. But luckily, we have films like Sonic the Hedgehog that are not great, but at least there's a story. In this one, there's no story, basically, because no character goes for an arc. Everything that established was dropped, and everything just sorted itself out without the need of the characters to do anything. So, yeah, pretty bad movie. And my worry is that this will continue. This will just keep going. What's the next kid movie? The Smurfs?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Is that on your list of things to watch?
I don't think I'll ever watch that fucking movie.
Come on, we have to. I'm sure people would want to hear your thoughts on the Smurfs.
I'll only do it if you do
Oh my god,
it.
god. Maybe I will, but that means I have to suffer through it as well. But I only like it when other people suffer, not me. Just like Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
This,
Also, have you seen this tweet trend? It relates to the Minecraft movie.
what is it?
Uh, I posted it in your DMs.
Ooh, my DMs. Let's see. And also, if you want to chat with me and Frogo, we're also in the Discord together with many people
Yeah.
there. So feel free to join us and chat. It's in the description. Anyway, let's look at the DM. Copy link. Pop, pop, pop. Hup. What is this?
Warner Brothers execs credit Minecraft's box office success to the power of creativity and the strength of great storytelling.
What? In what reality? Is this in Idaho? Are the are the executives in Idaho? It's the only way I can justify it. What creativity? Generic plot line, inconsistent characters, no through lines, no arcs. Like it's the power of creativity. No, it's the power of branding, the power of product. That's all there is to it. There's no magic here. You could have just shown a chicken jockey, like the entire movie is just following a chicken jockey in the game, and it would have made $1 billion. My
Because at this point, normal audiences don't give a fuck.
my problem is that what will the other writers, creators, executives learn from this movie? What lessons will they learn? What will they gain? Nothing. Nothing that will make movies great again.
They'll learn that this fucking works, apparently.
Yes. Stop going to these movies. God damn it, people. You know what can I say? Like, oh, and again, it's what do people go for? Are they going for the movie or are they going for the experience of being part of the hype? That's the real question. Because I'm sure that a lot of people went to these movies as well to experience like the chicken jockey moment because it became popular and it's like, oh, I can't wait to be part of this. It's like going to a concert without the good music. It's like I just want to feel the vibes. And I suppose if that's what you want, Minecraft movie is possibly that. But I don't think anyone who watches this movie a second time will be like, oh yeah, I liked it. You just need to watch this movie a second time, and I feel like every disillusion that you have, every you know, every spell that this is good is going to be dispelled very quickly. Watch this on your own, in at the monitor. Don't have Subway Surfers on the side, and you'll see just how flawed this movie is. Nothing was
Yeah.
there. Nothing was gained. But yeah, what a never disappointment. But luckily, there's a better show There's a better show gonna it's gonna pop out at some point. At least I'm gonna go back to when I make my second new video that's coming out soon, just to show my product. I can show you a good example of how you can make a kids movie or a kids show anyway, and how you could actually give a shit about what you're writing. That's good. That would be good. Because I don't know who these union workers are that feel like they can just make garbage and keep making money. It's like, yeah, you can make money, but it's not going to help society in the long run if this is the best you can do. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Any last thoughts that you have? We've been here for 4 hours, so it was a long adventure.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say about this movie because it was quite fun to watch it for the first time because of how fucking bizarre and terrible it was. But now talking about it, it's just tiring.
Yeah, it's exhausting. On the bright side, what do we call it? We went back to the season 2 of Arcane. At least we didn't like these characters before. Like, imagine if this was Minecraft 2 and like the first Minecraft was like super good. But now you get this, and you would feel like even more disappointed in this. You would feel like, oh, they
Yeah,
ruined everything. I kind of already have this a little bit because I am fond of the games, the atmosphere that it builds. I don't play it often, but it certainly had a strong impression on me.
if
Which,
if the writers of the Minecraft movie made Arcane, they would unironically put in the line, "What are we? Some sort of League of Legends?"
yeah, what are we? Some kind of League of Legends? Uh, I kind of like the idea of having hypothetical, like these writers be in different movies. Them writing Arcane season 1. It's
What
like
are we? Some kind of Mario Brothers?
some kind of Mario. Like you pick up what would be the famous line from Arcane? Uh, oh, isn't there anything more undoing than a daughter? Is that the correct line?
Is there anything so undoing as a
Yeah,
daughter? Yeah.
yeah. How would these writers write it?
I'm not going to give up Jinx.
I'm not going to give up Jinx because I value her more than my goal of achieving Zon's independence.
Yeah.
And I know it's gonna backfire on me in the long run, but I still have, but I will still hold these opinions. Oh,
I see what you saw, Vander.
see what you saw, Vander. Oh, but other famous lines. I'm just trying to get one more in, but oh, you, yeah, the famous line, which is a um, Silco didn't create Jinx, you did. How would you Minecraft it?
Oh, what I Minecrafted is like, Vi, do you remember that time you abandoned me in my time of need? You created Jinx in that very moment, specific moment, very, very big moment.
Yeah. You know that, yeah. You remember when you punched me and called me a Jinx? That was the moment that I became Jinx. Not when Silco was manipulating me. I wasn't manipulated. It was you. It was you, why when you punched me, and it really hurt, and it hurt my feelings as well. So I'm upset, and this is me, Jinx. Thank you, writers. Really, really useful writing. Really couldn't get this. Couldn't have figured this one out myself. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Last one, Fargo, before we head out.
Oh.
In the pursuit, in the pursuit of great, we fail to do good. Go.
Let's see. When we were trying to do good things, we ended up doing bad things.
Wow, that's actually too subtle. I would,
It's too subtle. How would you say it?
I would say, Jace, do you remember when we build a lot of cool things with the arcade? We wanted to be great, but instead we failed and we did bad. So now We must acknowledge the fact that we did bad and hope that we can be better. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And then Jace goes, "You're right. I too have failed like that, like you just said." we
I
truly,
too know emotion.
we truly have tried to reach for the sun, and we got burned. No, that's too poetic,
We
actually.
we truly are the arcane.
Truly, yeah.
First we are, and then we came. Let's arcane.
No, don't. Sounds dirty. Sounds dirty when you say it like that. First we arc, and then we came. Disgusting. Disgusting. Oh, hold on. I know, I'm gonna keep you. One more. Lion King, uh, scene where Mufasa is telling him about the elephant graveyard, and he goes, "What is that place? You must never go there, Simba." What would be the line? Hold on. Fuck.
The original line is I forgot what it was.
God
What the
damn it.
line was.
Because I was thinking about it. I was like, that. What is the? Fuck. Never mind. My joke failed. I failed. I am the Minecraft now. I am the writer for Minecraft. I started the joke and then complete it.
First we lion, then we king. Let's Lion King.
First we lion. First we lion. Great. I love it. I cannot wait for that moment during which I will become Lion King. But Simba, you are not ready to be Lion King yet. You must first grow up. Nah, I will do my own thing because I am the Lion King. Just keeps name dropping the fucking show.
We are the Avengers, and this is our Infinity War.
Yeah. What are we? Some kind of Avengers? Anyway, that's just bad writing. Again, I can't force myself to write like that. I don't know how they managed to do it. I don't understand the mindset.
People compare it to the Fan Four Stick clip. Have you ever seen that the end of Fan Four Stick where they're trying to come up with a team name? It's like, all right, we got to come up with a name for ourselves, and you know, as they're bickering about what the name should be, Thing goes, you know, doing all this from the garage, it's fantastic.
Wait a
And
minute.
then fucking Reed Richards goes, say that again.
Dun, 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 dun. Fantastic Four will not be an Endgame. What are we? I can't imagine how someone writes like that. It has to be some union work. I cannot imagine a professional writer.
Union worker.
Writers union. Like someone's like, we need to give this guy a job because he's in the union. Here's your job. It's like, do I need to be good? No. Okay. Might as well give it to ChatGPT at this point. Like, what else are we gonna miss?
Try and come up with a name drop. You know, Lord of the Rings did it much better. Because they name dropped all their movies.
This truly is the Return of the King.
Because they actually incorporate. Well, Fellowship of the Ring is the only one that feels really overt, but the other two lines for Two Towers and Return of the King actually felt natural with the dialogue.
What are we? Some kind of Fellowship of the Ring?
Oh god. Okay, it wasn't that overt.
What are we? Some kind of fellowship? Say that again.
Hence be known as the Fellowship of the Ring. Hell yeah.
I like Gandalf going, we need to come up with a name. And then Frodo goes like, I really like this, fellowship that we have here, guys. I've never been in this kind of group of, fine fellows. And Gandalf is like, say that again, Frodo.
He grabs Frodo by the shoulders. Say it again, Frodo. Say it again.
Say it out loud. And he goes, fellowship. Yes, fellowship. But what kind of fellowship? Everyone's
I
thinking
don't
like
know. I don't know. We got this ring. I got it.
the Ring of Fellows. No, that's stupid. The Fellowship of the Ring.
Fellowship of the Ring. Yes.
Uh,
Got it. Hell yeah.
I did it.
What should
Sir,
we name the next film? I don't know. Well, there's two towers. Oh my god.
oh my god, the Twin Towers. No, we can't do that. The Two Towers is fine.
Yeah, 2 hours is just fine.
Two Towers fine. Yeah, don't need to be that explicit. But yes, it's great. And then, what's gonna happen in the third wing? I don't know. Someone returns, but who? The
Oh,
king. Anyway, I think we petered out our enthusiasm. This is the more creativity that we put than any Minecraft movie seen. Like us this joking around here, this is more creative than anything Minecraft came out with. It's
yeah.
it's a hack to e. Like, okay, I will give you something. I will praise the movie for, like, I did not expect it to be this way. It it threw me on for a loop, but yet it stayed within the same boundaries. So yeah. But I think that's enough. I think that's a perfectly good conversation. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know there was a huge exciting bumps, peaks and valleys of this movie and of this stream. I really enjoyed doing it. Thank you, Frogo, for joining me on this exciting live stream.
Yeah, of course, man. Anytime.
Happy to have other guests as well. You know, depending how much people like you, you may come back or you may not. No, I'm joking. You can't do any worse than Nev. For some reason, everyone hates him. No, I'm
Oh.
joking. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe as the usual stuff. And join us on the Discord, where me and Frogo are there all the time to discuss writing, movies, games, and a whole bunch of other stuff that should not be talked about on the live stream. So you get all the dark goodies of the Discord. So join now. And if you haven't seen the Minecraft movie, please don't.
Please just don't.
Just don't. Watch this live stream again.
Watch
We-
this.
That's gonna be more useful. I
Put on
think.
an hour of us trying to come up with overt name title drops.
Yes. Yes. Also, yeah, have this live stream on and then put Subway Surfers on the side and you'll be fine. You'll save money on the ticket.
Yeah.
And there we go. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.